Hi guys, welcome to Storm Saga Games, where we do things scuff, but we do it anyway. Yeah, so we're playing some Dungeons and Dragons today. This is our 49th episode. I guess we should call it 49.5 because we tried to do 49 last week and had technical issues. And so we decided we're doing 49 again today of DragonMetal Saga, the new campaign that we're doing. I'm your host and Dungeon Master StormyD, and these lovely and amazing people all around me are my good friends and the players of the group. So I'm going to start off by pointing that way to the lady in green. Please share, introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Druid IRL, and I play Thyra, daughter of Tyr, descendant of the Valkyrie Gwenhavar, Rune Knight fighter, and Oath of Vengeance paladin, wielder of Raven's Edge, member of the Freelancers, the diviner of smites, and slayer of demons.
And smiter of fates. Fate.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't a smite of a middle finger.
Sure about that?
You're good, Stormy. BT sounds okay. Cameras look good. Okay, awesome. How did Druid sound? She, besides being loud. Maybe one more notch of warmth there, StarKitty. Hi, hello, Stork Pistol. What's up? So now going to the next one down right there. Please introduce yourself, Mr. Couch Adjuster.
I am BT. I occasionally stream without letting anybody know. I also play Sindri, who is a rock knob sorcerer.
Right on. Fate sounds good. Okay. How's BT sounding? Dallas and Chain, what's up, buddy? All right. Next is that lady right down there.
You're referring to me?
Yes, please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm itsStarKitty, and I play Shae, the Great Elf Ranger, Drake Warden Ranger with a Dragoon named Milo.
By the way, when I was telling you to warm it up, you weren't upping the brightness, right? You were changing the warmth. Because there we go. That's good. That's good. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Now you look like a truly more natural human, less gray elf.
Oh, something we didn't think about.
Upstairs, I have all my sound alerts on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't remember how I turned them off downstairs. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to
deal with it today.
Yeah. So, and then finally, last but not least, that amazing hooded fellow over there is trying to hide. He needs to introduce himself too.
Hello, everybody. I am extirpatefate, and I play Merrik, who is a wizard, and this is my little guy Echo.
And Fate's just really excited not to be squished up next to me.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. So we are getting like 24% frame drops. And then I clicked on it and it's starting to go down.
Maybe it's just because it's Saturday. There's a lot of
it is possible that there are new people
Monster Hunter Wild. It's Monster Hunter Wild's fault.
Monster Hunters.
Hey.
It could be.
It's you guys. All you Monster Hunters out there.
Yeah.
All you Monster Hunters when you should be raiding in Destiny.
Hey.
I'm not pointing fingers at you, Fate. You haven't been streaming it, so.
Just playing
Yes.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting until I get through the main campaign so I can just hunt whatever the fuck I want. And that's what's going to be on stream.
Wait until it gets good, screw it.
Man, skill ceiling in that game is wild.
So I have to admit that even though, this didn't solve the issue, I like the video and audio of this a little bit better. I should probably zoom in a tad more though. There we go. I think I need to adjust Druid's audio or video because she's looks tiny compared to everybody else.
Shock horror.
Yeah.
Druid looks tiny. I wonder why.
Yeah, no, it's lore accurate though.
You should totally punch him. Yeah.
Try.
All right, sit still for a second so I can adjust it.
What you don't realize, guys, we've already got her zoomed in by like 20 times.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Okay, this is just for Storky.
Let me tune that in a tad and tune this in a tad.
Hey, Fred, those skulls look kind of solid.
They are.
That means you can long range headshot her.
You're about to see a IRL catapult in just a second.
Druid can.
Shoot!
Right in the headphones.
It's right what I was aiming for. Yeah.
Was it the Raven?
Yeah.
What the red?
I love that Stormy's like, sit still, and I am just
Not.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
possible for her, yeah. I should have known better than to ask.
Not even when she sleeps, yo. Fucking.
Oh, cheerful bacon. I'm sorry to hear about the bacon bit.
Nibiru's completely destroyed that left-hand side of the couch.
Really?
There's blankets everywhere. Not where they should be in the slightest. Not protecting the couch from dog nails.
Double check everything else. This looks
Well,
good.
it's folded over onto my shoulder.
What do we think? How this look? How does this look to you guys? Do we like that there's a little bit of overlap, or should I adjust it so there's none?
Ooh, Havoc's liking the new layouts. Yeah, it's because the downstairs computer took a shit and can't handle the power of all of us on one screen.
Yeah.
Panics under.
This one's powerful too, but it's not doing great either. Although the percentage of dropped frames is going down, that's a good sign. It's 13% instead of 24%. So, and the kilobits per second isn't fluctuating a whole lot. So, and the stream is showing a green bit rate at 4,500 kilobits per second. Because everything I read online indicated that if you're having the issues we were having, you actually need to lower your bit rate, not raise it. So overlap is cool. All right. I mean, right now we're not using it today. We'll be mostly role play, although there might be a fun little surprise. We'll see. Okay. Thank you guys for introducing your characters. Let's just go for it. What was that? What?
Ignore her.
Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
Ditto. Once more, thank you guys for coming. All of the folks in chat and all of my amazing friends and players here. Even the guy who apparently can't keep his eyes straight. All right. So, swapping one piece of furniture with a mimic every session.
One day we'll find a mimic.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh,
Last time
on DragonMetal Saga, the players were deep into their downtime, which means extra busy doing lots of stuff that isn't fieldwork stuff. training, dealing with guild business, and specifically, making arrangements to fulfill all the final requirements to join the magic guilds, and arranging meetings and crafting emails to NPC characters that were never meant to be that important. But that's the nature of the beast, and I love it. So, yeah, that's basically the gist
Is it
of it.
because she's a ranger?
What?
Right? Nature of the beast, because she's a ranger.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Or
you
I got
guys
another one
already
later.
you guys crafted the O-mail response to Jensen Hansen. Sindri went to Bellevue? No, the Belltome Society. Definitely fits that BT might go to Bellevue, but I don't know about Sindri.
What is Bellevue?
Oh, you don't know?
Is that like an
Okay, sorry.
insane asylum or something?
It is.
No, it's also a city.
It's an insane
Huh?
asylum.
It's also a city.
It's also a city.
More
Oh, it's
likely
also
that
a
I'd
city.
go to the
Interesting.
insane asylum than the city, in fairness.
Yeah. And Shae went to Rangers R Us. And but what we have left is the meeting with Mr. Marburg, the green dragon CEO of the Furutsu conglomerate, I believe, right? And also the Furutsu conglomerate, yes. And then also we have the guild song with Merrik to talk to, and I believe Sindri was going to go with him. And they want to talk with. They're going to have. But I can speak. StarKitty. No, Shae is going to decide if she's going to have. Oh, we need to go over his response to the email because he did respond to your O-mail, right? And you had not responded yes or no on whether you're going to do.
Yeah, I asked him if he liked barbecue.
Right. And then finally, of course, they want to meet with the arms master for looking in room 2, I believe, right?
Yes, room 2.
2 of 3, right?
Oh. Didn't know there was a third room.
Oh, okay.
Only 3
Oops,
rooms.
spoiler alert.
No, I mean, I didn't know there was only 3 rooms.
Oh, okay. So, anything else? Did I miss anything, guys?
No, I think that was pretty straightforward.
Okay, awesome. Well, then let's do character recaps. I gotta pull out a digital die since I have left my dice downstairs. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this leaves me with. Whoops. Thyra, please share what stood out most to your character last time.
It was quite impressive to watch Shae sit down and really hone in on her magics. It was quite the sight to behold, and I'm honored that I was able to witness it. So what stood out to her?
Okay. Merrik.
Well, I did not enjoy going over the birds and the bees, and neither did Brimbane. He shared my uncomfortable nature. But yeah, honestly, later that night, I came across a new M&A, complete Orichalcum Sorcerer. It's pretty good. Sindri might like it. He's got a short guy in there. He's the main character. Fits you pretty well. But yeah, I'm just unsure about this dragon and whether or not the other 2 dragons in our party can not be dragons. Fingers crossed.
Cool.
The guild song better like what ideas I have for them. Those fuckers, they've been holding out on me.
Sindri.
Still wondering if there's a dragon being kept in the center of this planet. And if there is one there, was it forced to be there? Are all the other dragons conspiring against this dragon? Is the dragon in the center good or evil? Am I spiraling? Am I ever going to get this thought out of my head? We're going to see the dragon. I wonder if he knows which is in the center of the planet. If it's a good dragon, or a... No, spiraling again.
He's nuts.
Completely gone out of my thoughts thanks to Thyra being too loud in the other room. I think she's playing on a game. Something about these nuts? I don't know. I suppose if you're going to drag these nuts around, then yeah. I'm going to go find Shae.
Well, that's your cue up, Shae.
Dear Journal, it's me, Shae. Ranger School was interesting, but Shae thinks she can cast more spells. What spells? Shae doesn't know yet. P.S. Shae learned new things this week. Also, words are strange to Shae, like courting ritual. Shae thought this had to do with the different courts she's seen at the gym, where everyone says good luck before the game starts. Courting ritual, right? Also, date doesn't always mean calendar. P.P.S. Shae has discovered the Mist gaming platform thanks to Miss Thyra. There are so many games, it makes Shae's brain hurt. But Shae found a game called Celestial Mist Veil. It's a super nice game about farming life. P.P.P.S. Mr. Hansen has a dog. Milo, is that an issue for you? Also, hopefully Mr. Hansen likes barbecue. P.P.P.P.S. Magic continues to cause Shae so much confusion. Like, when Mr. Sindri's spell hurt him the other day, Shae didn't think that was possible. Mr. Sindri, are you okay? P.P.P.P.P.S. Note to future Shae, look into the following games. Titan Stalker series and maybe Fortune 2?
Me too. I missed. So Stardew Valley.
Celestial Mist Veil, yes.
And then Destiny 2, but I don't know what the second one would be. Say it again?
Titan Stalker series?
Come on, you can do it. You. With all people. You got this. Hold on, wait. Just to flip through all the files.
Titan Stalker.
Robot.
You know,
I mean, would that be Monster Hunter?
Yep, Monster Hunter.
Okay, yeah.
Monster Hunter series.
Yeah. Did you like Complete Orichalcum Sorcerer?
Is that
I didn't
Full
catch
Metal
what that was
Alchemist?
from.
Yeah.
Sure. What?
Full
So
Metal
I thought.
Alchemist.
Oh yeah, did you guys get the Mist gaming platform?
Steam.
Yep.
Yep.
Well done, you guys. I never when I crafted Progentica for you guys, I never expected it to go off in these weird ass directions, but we're here and I love it.
I mean,
I'm for it.
we got to make it canon.
It's all canon now.
I'm glad you guys liked Celestial Mist Veil. I saw the look on Druid's face when she's like,
Yes.
As soon as you said farming simulator, I was like, fucking Stardew Valley.
Yep.
Allie.
I like that you gave us a clue because I wouldn't have caught it otherwise, I don't think.
I wouldn't. It's not a game that I ever think of for anything, so she should have got it.
No, I did get it.
No, I know.
No, that's what I'm saying. You should have got it, is because you play it that much.
Yeah.
Or did.
Right now, I'm just trying to mod it. That's all.
but yeah, it's all I'm doing is just finding synonyms for all these popular games and just turning it into something canon for the world.
Okay, so then, looks like the first thing on the agenda was you guys. I don't think you guys decided. Did you send your email? Go ahead, Druid.
Goodbye, chat. We're going chat dark now. We love you.
Bye. If White's here, if you're here, I'm sure you're already left. Peace.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We love you.
There we go. Now we can move on.
Oh, BRB, I forgot my notebook with my questions for the dragon. Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's important. Yeah. Although that's not what we're starting off with. Even
I still only got 2 questions. The 2 questions I had, even with the extra time, I was like, I literally don't have a clue what the fuck to ask him.
I've got a couple. Of course I do.
Well,
I feel like Sindri wouldn't have a clue.
I still think that we need to have a meeting before we your questions, like a team meeting, go over your questions.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna do one adjustment. When you turn to talk to her, you're facing away, so I'm gonna flip you.
Oh, if you flip me.
I'm gonna flip you.
So if you flip me,
He's gonna be looking that way.
I'm gonna be looking away for the majority of the time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Never mind. Oh my God, Subi J, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you for the 46 months. Dang.
Oh, 6, baby.
Alrighty. Well, folks, let's, like I said, like we said, chat dark. And I think you all were, she had not sent her response. Like, she sent him a bunch of questions and he answered, and you had not responded back whether you're good with it. Do you remember, did you write down how he responded?
No, he hadn't responded because last I left, I'd sent him the following mail. Dear Mr. Hansen, it's me, Shae. Thank you for your answers to my questions. Jay and Milo have discussed your answers, and for now, we are happy to get to know you better as friends. Do you like barbecue?
Oh, that's where you left off at. Right.
Yes.
He responds back, interesting choice for first get together, but yeah, I like barbecue. Did you have some place in mind?
Jay immediately responds back with Malden's Pit? ?
Malden's Pit with the location.
Yeah.
Just
With like an airdrop in, like this one, as if there's more than one Malden's Pit.
Yeah. He responds back, Malden's Pit. That place has a reputation. I've always wanted to try it, so sounds fun. When is good for you? Do you want to set the date after you guys talk to the Arms Master or before? Basically, so the current schedule is Fridays, Mr. Marburg. Saturday is Guild Song with Merrik. Sunday, oh, you already said it. You already talked about Sunday coffee with Mr. Hansen, but you turned it into barbecue. So
Yeah.
So never mind. He would have responded back with, "Is Sunday still good?
Yes.
Lunch or dinner?"
Milo says dinner.
Sounds good.
Just
See you at
remember
7?
Milo- oh, no. Well, technically.
Can we make it lunch instead? Shae got into a new video game that she would like to play. It's a farming simulator.
No problem. Noon it is then.
You.
So Sunday is now barbecue.
That's Stardew.
So,
Barbecue and Stardew.
so Thera's gonna definitely go to the gym on Sunday morning.
So she comes out all fucking veiny and swole.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Chug a beer before you go into.
That's very cool. All right.
She's gonna need her protein after the gym.
Exactly.
Well, then I guess the rest of your day goes normally, and I believe this is all on Thursday evening. So, did we determine what time on Friday? Oh, go ahead. What'd you say? Which got fate?
I was gonna say for the duration of that particular day, I'm gonna go on the Oracle and continue research on anti-magic fields and any amount of like tech or magic that that can generate a field, if there's anything out there like that.
Okay.
In this world.
Gotcha. All right.
And then Thursday evening, Thera is gonna gather the troops to discuss the meeting the next day with the dude.
Right. What did I give you guys a time already? Because I would have. I'm sure that no.
If you did, I don't remember. I feel like it was like lunch or brunch.
It's like a tea time.
Yeah.
It's for tea. So whatever.
So I feel like that's
We'll call it
lunchtime.
afternoon tea. So 2 p.m. tea on Friday. So then I'm assuming the next morning is when you want to have the team meeting, right, Thera?
Either the night before or the morning of,
I
whoever.
think morning of makes sense.
Morning of.
Make it fresh.
Okay.
Over Kafifi.
Perfect. Then I'll let you guys get to it. The morning comes, and you guys are having breakfast as usual. Having a lot of your conversations over breakfast, which is cool. Which makes sense. When you're out in the field, you'd be doing the same thing.
So I just wanted to make sure that we are all on the same page when it comes to questions that we're asking this Mr. Marburg. Care to share what you guys were thinking?
No.
She pulls out her notebook. She's got questions.
Excellent, Shae.
Yes, I have questions too.
So some of the questions that Shae has is asking if the Mr. Dragon person knows anything about the King of Midnight or the Dark God of Secrets. Also, if the Super Meaner has ever made an appearance on Progentica. If they know anything about the poem. How come they don't sit on physical piles of loot anymore? Did they help create Progentica? Why can't we take the boomsticks to the other worlds? And have they ever been to the Barbary world? Yeah.
I think those are all very excellent questions.
I have the similar ones. I was curious to know if you knew anything about the Deathstalker and the King of Midnight, so that's pretty much covered. And I was going to ask him about anti-magic fields, because that Deathstalker is dumb. And if anybody would know something that's not on the Oracle, whether or not he chooses to share if he knows or is one thing, but it's worth asking, considering it was his mission that we were on and it showed up. I feel that's rather poignant. Yes, congratulations, we got it. Do you have questions, Thyra?
No, you guys articulated them quite well.
Sindri?
Yes.
Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask?
He does not, probably.
BT just thought of another one that I'm trying to write down before I forget it.
So leave him alone. Let him write it down.
I think
Sindri casts Flash of Insight. An old magic card?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You know,
blue. I remember
It occurred to me what I could do is I could swap, because you looking this way at a slide angle is just slide enough. I could swap, move you over to the left and Druid over to the right.
Never makes sense to me. So.
GT!
Oh, but then when she looks over there, then never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking right off screen.
We'll just put a curtain down so I can't fucking see it.
Just so we don't turn to look at each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how this looks for a little while. See how this works.
I'm not gonna adjust times. Oh, break your fucking finger.
so. Oh, BT's written it down.
Oh.
One of the questions I was thinking that we would ask is if he has access to any files on the first Realm Runner that wouldn't be just common knowledge information. Like, would they have access to actual documented files on like their abilities and stuff like that? But my problem with that question is, why am I asking it?
Because that has to do with
Right.
Yes, but how do we
Deathstalker.
know the poem? I'm supposed to be keeping this spell secret.
Oh.
well, just we can just say that we acquired it through magical means. And just leave it at that.
Through deduction, we feel it may be best for our investigations if we had files on the first Realm Runner. You have access to these.
That is an excellent question. Have the poem right down right here.
One, because of the overall tone for this meeting, I also would like to know what's been put in place, so should anything like this happens again, if we work for them, we're not going to get shotguns pointed at us again. Or boomsticks pointed at us again.
Exactly.
The final one would be more Axeman related, of what type of missions have been run to try and find him, and with what knowledge has come out of it.
The Deathstalker?
Yes. That was BT putting Axeman because I couldn't remember the name we were calling him.
Yeah, that about covers everything that I wanted to go over.
Oh, the other question Shae had is, how come people on Progentica can't use magic naturally?
The only potential hiccup I have with some of those types of questions is if we're supposed to be from Progentica, You should probably know that information already. Just putting that out there.
I am fully prepared to enter this room. An ancient dragon, and for him to be able to deduce much more about us than we want him to.
You're not incorrect. Just I say we tread cautiously. Don't want to poke the dragon, you know.
We have also been advised to keep a level of respect about it for his position in things. I know most of us don't really care about that sort of thing, but at the same time, it could go very badly if we made an enemy out of this.
Yeah.
Just off saying the wrong sentence.
Yes. To that note, Thyra, I do understand how opposed you are at being part of any one of these corporations, and I know you are quick to squash that. I would request that I will respond to that, because I will say, for some people, your straightforward delivery could be interpreted as rude. I know, and we know the difference, but other people don't.
I understand what you're saying, but I do actually know how to speak to royalty. But I do think it is best for me to keep my mouth shut during this interview. My cadence is quite off-putting for many, and it is even still for you.
I by no means do I think I'm above that. But just something that I have noticed. Before they finish the sentence, you tell them no, and at least let him finish the sentences.
I know not to interrupt somebody of this power, but I understand your need to say such things.
And honestly, I feel that the most part, the only thing that I can foresee him really being upset about, and possibly causing any kind of friction, is potentially our denial of joining his little team. So I think we should tread that cautiously. Otherwise, I think the rest of the questions are fair game. And I will be on my best behavior.
My question was who, I don't quite remember who said the one thing about Marburg is that he is he prides himself on honor. Am I misremembering?
I feel like that sounds like Grimbane.
I believe that was Grimbane. Yes, so if we are honest with him and we tell him we're not comfortable joining based on how his underlings handled the situation, I'm sure he understands. Though this is a moment of reconciliation, is why we are chosen to have tea with him. If we just let him know that his company has to earn our trust, again, that's a simple way of denial. I'm sure he would understand.
I like your approach.
It's just a
I
suggestion
wholeheartedly agree with that.
that his company's just going to have to earn our trust again for us to even reconsider.
Just like we had to earn their trust at the beginning, they've got to do it back now.
So that's settled. Are we all in agreement of our questions?
Yeah. Question for you, Thyra.
Yes.
What is your plan with Raven's Edge? I imagine this is not necessarily the most appropriate place to bring any of our weapons.
I'm sure that Mr. Marburg would understand that Raven's Edge is more than just a weapon.
That's fair.
I'm more worried about him understanding and seeing what my wings mean.
I mean, your dossier says you're half Aarakocra, which, I mean, he might not question it.
It's teasing you. It was right in front of the camera for a couple of seconds.
But otherwise, I am pretty good on that.
Any further points from the team?
Yeah, Shae?
So Shae shouldn't ask some of her obvious questions, like why they don't sit on physical piles of loot.
I still think that you should ask that question.
I think that question should be prefaced with, I have a personal question, if you don't mind answering. But I'm actually quite curious as well, you know. Never really met many dragons.
I think it's good for us to understand and prepare for when Sindri starts hoarding more.
You should see all the makeup he has.
Excuse me?
You should see all the makeup he has in his room. I mean, I know he could just do alter self, but I think he likes to do the thing.
Make sure that's not yours.
No.
I do believe he has some guy liner left in the bathroom.
Oh no, that's not mine. That's actually Thyra's. I did take it. Sorry.
You can see.
That being said, the only other question I have for all of us is, there's a part of me that recognizes and agrees that we should show up as we are. At the same time, I don't know if we should. I'm gonna go change.
The only apparel that I own is my gym apparel and my field armor.
Oh, Merrik's already in his room changing.
If the Horde question goes down as well, I have a personal question I'm going to ask as well.
Write it down so you don't forget. Right?
How much time do we have until this tea time?
I mean,
about
this is
4 hours.
morning and it's not until 2, so 6 hours?
Thyra's just gonna barge into Merrik's room as he's changing.
Everybody hears like an uncharacteristic.
I didn't hear it because your mic cut it out.
Oh, just going.
On this topic of apparel,
Yes.
what kind of apparel do you think we should wear? As he's like naked and covering himself.
Just for the first time you just see how like emaciated he is because he just doesn't take care of himself.
She knows.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, you said you had quite a bit of experience talking to royalty. Think like that. Yeah. Now, there's, as you can see, there's quite a bit of other options here on Progentica than what your traditional formal wear is. I would probably just say not armor and not sports gear. Maybe just a nice tunic, maybe a sash. I mean, this one goes really great with your wing. Or not.
So,
I didn't miss anything.
at this point, is Raven's Edge with you?
Probably.
I mean,
He pipes
when
in
is he
and
not?
says, I think we're all forgetting something. She has a cloak of disguised self. She can choose any type of clothing that she wishes. Perhaps going on the oracle webs and finding some sort of fashion that would suit her, and using the cloak to change to that form. Then she could wear her armor if she wanted to. I'm sure he will see through it, but he would probably respect that you went to the trouble of trying to use magic to alter your form, your visage in front of him.
He would respect?
I would think that he would.
I'd imagine. I'd imagine, knowing that we are realm runners, the attempt is more significant than the actual execution in this manner.
Excellent. I didn't want to spend money on garb I would only wear once.
Excellent. I'm gonna run to the store because I don't like what I have. I will just run down to the tailor and I'm gonna buy like a button-up, a vest, and some actual like slacks.
Please rock like a cockeyed bow tie. Like
Oh no, he's
down.
not a bow tie wearer.
She looks so disappointed.
This is an ongoing argument. we've been having.
I can't stand the bow tie.
Mm.
It's too tight. It's uncomfortable. That's
I'm not a big fan of
fantastic.
any ties, but yeah, bow ties especially. Unless it's a clip-on bow tie, then you're good.
I mean, I'm partial to a cravat. It's a bit more showy than a tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Merrick's just gonna find something that totally fits his style of like what would go under like his original cloak,
Mm-hmm.
not the pirate's like leather duster.
So
Well, it does look badass.
Thyra's gonna try to figure out how to search anything on the Oracle, get frustrated, and then go to Shae. And ask her to help figure out what kind of garb would be best suited.
Best suited for what, Miss Thyra?
To be in the presence of a dragon CEO.
You mean, what she's currently wearing isn't gonna cut it? She's wearing her yoga pants and a t-shirt.
Unfortunately, no. I think it would be considered disrespectful,
Oh,
as is my outfit. And Thyra's literally wearing like yoga pants and just a sports bra.
so we need to find something better? But she's comfortable.
Completely agree. My plan is to wear my armor, but wear my cloak as Raven Edge has suggested. That will mask it to look like whatever. So I need to figure out what kind of outfit to wear.
Okay. So,
Alright.
Shae has never met with royalty, so she doesn't know what exactly to search for.
Alright guys, I'll be back in a minute. Merrick's walking out. The opportunity to
Mr. Merrik!
Yeah?
What does one wear when meeting royalty? Shae has never met royalty, so she doesn't even know. So, what she's wearing isn't going to cut it?
No, unfortunately not. Would you like to come with? It's on me.
Sure.
Excellent, let's go.
We're not going to the mall, right?
No, we're just going down the street to the tailor. I just grabbed Shae and like, let's go.
And then it's just Thyra and Sindri left at the house. And I think Sindri's the only one that actually looks the best suited, just naturally.
Yeah,
And he's just going back to his original robe because it's his Guildmaster robe.
yeah. I mean, Merrick could easily get away with what he's got, but he's like, nah, not doing that.
That's
Just-
true with the cool pirate jacket and coat and
It's
everything.
just
yeah.
Merrick's excuse for something more shiny.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Definitely getting that magpie feel from him.
totally.
All right.
And I would say expositionally, like, we go through, Merrick finds what he likes that looks decent, finds something that is comfortable for Shae, but still very presentable, but not like overly gaudy like Merrick's.
Like
and
what?
then-
What would it be like a woman's pantsuit or a skirt suit? What do you think, Shae?
Yeah, and say whatever Shae wants. Merrick will just kind of assist in finding what's comfortable and how to go through.
Shae will start pulling stuff off the shelf, going, Mr. Merrik, why does this have so many buttons?
While
Why does your armor
while
have
you're
so many
there,
buckles?
while you're there, one of the clothing people comes to help you because you found a pretty decent place, pretty upscale, not like super upscale, but upscale enough. It's not your local Dillard's, in other words. And although Dillard's is kind of, I don't know, medium scale. At any rate, the person comes around and says, "I see you're here getting new outfits. What's the occasion? How can I help?"
We have tea later with a client, and we want to be a bit more impressive than just armor.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
tell me about this client of yours. What sort of personnel are they? What culture are they? What nationality, as it were? Perhaps I
They're
could be of assistance.
royalty.
Royalty.
Well,
What do you mean by royalty? We don't really have much royalty left anymore in the world. You mean like?
Very important people.
yeah, we have a meeting with the Furutsu conglomeration to
Oh,
broker some stuff. So
when you say royalty
yes,
of the Furutsu, do you mean the CEO? Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Let's find you something that's appropriate. I see what you're looking at, what you've chosen with the vest and such, I think would work perfectly well. You obviously have an eye for fashion. Well done.
Thank you.
The outfits that you're looking for, by the way, I'm Cindy. What is your names?
I'm Shae.
Merrik.
And this is Milo.
Oh, what a cute kitty. May I pet him?
Shae looks at Milo. You have to ask Milo.
May I pet you, little kitty? And he just goes, and she reaches her hand out, and he rubs her hand, and she lets him scratch her head, or yeah, she lets her scratch his head, and then she just says, "Oh, that's so sweet." So, we actually have, with your frame and your porcelain-colored skin, I think that what would suit you, since you're going to meet Mr. Marburg, and the Furutsu conglomerate originally was founded in the Far East. Let's take you over to here instead of Western clothing. Let's find you a kimono.
A what?
It's like
you'll find out.
a comfy robe that's a bit fluffy. So she takes you over to a different section, and they have a bunch of colorful kimonos there. And you know what a kimono looks like, so you can just imagine.
I as a player do, but Shae is just like,
Oh, yeah, Shae has never seen one, but yeah.
that's a lot of bright colors. How does one hide in this?
This isn't this is not clothing that we would go out with. Aside to maybe you could wear this to your lunch date as well. It's what it's used for more political and social gatherings, not what we enjoy.
The faces Druid's making over there is awesome.
What?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing at me? You're not even here.
Protective of Shae.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's there helping Shae get dressed for a date. Thira's like, no.
No, this
You're
is true.
not-
Like,
I'm not a
You know,
liar.
Druid is protective of Shae. Thyra has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
They're not there.
you're a druid sim person.
She says, now if you try these on and these on for you, then I have a snappy little pantsuit that I think would fit you great, and we can try on both, and you can compare and see which one you prefer.
Okay. I've never heard of either one of these, but okay.
All right. So after an hour of trying on a couple.
So, if Shae's in a kimono, she would walk out and show Mr. Merrik and just be like, Miss, very practical. Shae can't move very well. She tries to like spin around and do like some of her fighting moves. She's like, no, Shae doesn't like this.
The pantsuit is remarkably flexible. It uses the newer materials that it fits like you can move in it, and it feels comfy and cozy.
Shae walks out in the pantsuit and she's like, Miss Thyra, I like this one better.
It's a gray pantsuit. It's like got that kind of pattern, that textured kind of gray to it. Yeah. How does that look? What do you guys think?
Well, it's whatever Shae thinks.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. What do you guys think?
What do you think to grey on grey?
Shae, if you like that, you find that one comfortable?
Yes, Shae does.
At least for what it is. I understand that it's not necessarily field attire, but
There's another one she shows you that's like a charcoal gray, so it's like a darker gray, so it gives you a little bit more contrast. What color, silky shiny shirt do you want to pair with it?
Can I just say something out of character and out of D&D context wise?
Yeah.
Stormy, I just did a speed test for our internet since I'm hardwired in. I did one when we still had the mat cam on, and I just did one now. When we had the mat cam in, I was getting an upload speed of 25. Without the mat cam, I'm getting an upload speed of 45.
That's a sizable difference.
Huh. Now I'm curious myself.
Interesting.
I don't know
I'd say
why
that'd do it.
Yeah. I don't know why the mat cam would be the one that impacts it so much, but
maybe it's just...
I ran two speed tests when we still had the mat cam in. The first time, the upload speed was at 22, and I was like, well, maybe that's not right, so I ran a second one. Came back at 25.
The upload speed or the download? Oh, the upload speed. Yeah.
Yeah, the upload speed.
Just out of curiosity, what was your download speed?
Download speed before, when we had the mat cam, the first time I ran it was at 828 download. The second time was 943. And now without the mat cam, it's at 947. The upload speed is the biggest difference.
Now the laptop is also wireless, but yeah, interesting. Interesting that that laptop seems to somehow suck the most bandwidth. Interesting.
I've been wondering that for a while. That's why I kept asking. It's like, do we need the mat cam today? Do we need it? Because I wanted to see if that was the issue.
It's okay, Jotun. It's okay. All right.
I know
well,
cows.
Now at least it seems like we've figured out the culprit.
Take a quick break. A little bit longer. I need to pee.
Oh yeah, no problem. Actually, this is a good time to take a break if you guys want.
Might as well. Yeah. And
right.
you know what? I feel like at the same time, giving us a quick little break gives us 10 minutes of this particular setup without the mat cam to run and see, is it going to drop when we step away? Because whether we're actually talking or not, it's going to happen. So let's see.
Yeah.
No tuck, I know cows.
Check it out.
You did. I love you so much.
Okay, well, everybody, when we come back, we are going to...
Suddenly, my bandwidth was like jumping from 2,000 to 72,000, and it's literally just sucked away all the bandwidth. Oh, did I miss it? That would be awful last words to hear before dying. Chicken butt. I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. Oh man, chicken butt. You doing hiding behind the door? You're kind of a big boy to be hiding behind the door. Look at him. He's doing the. Whoa. I want to see that again. Look at your little pose, man. He's doing the. Oh man, why'd you kill him? I was enjoying watching him do his Shia LaBeouf pose. He's a happy, clean-shaven, grinning Stormy elf. Although I can't even make my eyebrows do that. I look evil. I look creepier than he does with that smile on. I can't even do it. Ow. 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 My face hurts. Oh, you are? I'm sorry to both of you. This guy doesn't have any more family drama. He's all dramaed out. Tap along if you feel that happiness is the truth. Oh yeah. Like it's all relative.
You know, we could like plan high fives.
Wait. What? I can't do this. Wait, there, I got it. This is not the same thing as crossing streams. Wait, okay, here we go.
Oh, wait, now I'm
can't
confused.
do it. Right, bam. Oh my god! The other two sucked so bad. This thing is so insanely broken. Oh my god. Floor analysis rewards. And fauna analysis rewards. Oh my god. Almost 10,000% floor analysis rewards. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. But it's badass, I'm sure. It's awesome. Stop flailing my butt! I have zero regrets. The depths of hell or something. This is crazy. Did you guys see that? Clip that, somebody, please. That was hilarious.
Yes. Putting nuts in your mouth is okay, but not down your throat.
He took that fart to the face and liked it. I'm just like, oh, the loot. There's a live enemy here. Thank you for the gifted sub, Subi. Oh, I nailed her right in the buttocks. Come here. Don't shoot at me. Oh, we got the thief. Yay. Yeah, I think you're right. I could use a rest. Hey, there's a little house down here. Let's go see if we can go rest in it. Well, I'm resting now. See, they're not very bright. Oh, no. Oops. Oh, I murdered that guy by punching him in the nuts. That's not even right. Ran a spittle. All kinds of shit's work.
I'm a potato.
No, I didn't do what you guys just saw me do. I didn't do it. All right, who got me? Who got me? Aries.
Twice in the first 10 minutes. Go ahead and
Danger! Ah! Hey there. Nope. All right. That's a new mod that we're using. What happened? I didn't. What's going on? He's all spitting up blood in that particular angle. I'm not hurting you. What are you doing? Stop. Shh. You're weird, lady. Spitting up blood at me and stuff. That's grody. I'll carve you up like a turkey. Like a big one-eyed turkey. Even though he looks more like a one-eyed snake. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't say it. You didn't hear me say it. It is not immortalized in video. Wait a minute. I guess that's not true either.
I have more Instagram followers from my bird's Instagram than all of my follower counts combined on all of my social media.
Okay, Bobo outnumbers me on everything on either TikTok or Instagram.
That's not surprising, guys. People love the aminals. Right?
Yeah.
And Bobo's an animal.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Bobo? Is that your dog?
That's his lady friend.
Sorry, buddy. Please don't. Where's my team? Don't tell me he yeeted him off the mountain. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. No. Ah. Stop rolling. Ah. Master Smith. He's just, wow, okay, right on my map. Thank you. See, wish everybody were as wonderful as you. You have a phantasmical day, sir. May the wind ever be on your back. May your dreams come true. May your sleep be restful. And may you never find poo in your shoe. Suddenly, my bandwidth was like jumping from 2,000 to 72,000, and it's literally just sucked away all the bandwidth. Oh, did I miss it? That would be awful last words to hear before dying. Chicken butt. I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. Oh man, chicken butt. You doing hiding behind the door? You're kind of a big boy to be hiding behind the door. Look at him. He's doing the. Whoa. I want to see that again. Look at your little pose, man. He's doing the. Oh man, why'd you kill him? I was enjoying watching him do his Shia LaBeouf pose. He's a happy, clean-shaven, grinning Stormy elf. Although I can't even make my eyebrows do that. I look evil. I look creepier than he does with that smile on. I can't even do it. Ow. 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 My face hurts. Oh, you are? I'm sorry to both of you. This guy doesn't have any more family drama. he's all dramaed out. Tap along if you feel that happiness is the truth. Oh yeah. Like it's all relative.
You know, we could like plan high fives.
Wait, what? I can't do this. Wait, there, I got it. This is not the same thing as crossing streams. Wait, okay, here we go.
Oh, wait, now I'm
can't
confused.
do it. Alright, bam. Oh my god! The other two sucked so bad. This thing is so insanely broken. Oh my god. Floor analysis rewards. And fauna analysis rewards. Oh my god. Almost 10,000% floor analysis rewards. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. But it's badass, I'm sure. It's awesome. Stop flailing my butt! I have zero regrets. The depths of hell or something. This is crazy. Did you guys see that? Clip that, somebody, please. That was hilarious.
Yes. Putting nuts in your mouth is okay, but not down your throat.
He took that fart to the face and liked it. I'm just like, oh, the loot. There's a live enemy here. Thank you for the gifted sub, Subi. Oh, I nailed her right in the buttocks. Come here. Don't shoot at me. Oh, we got the thief. Yay. Yeah, I think you're right. I could use a rest. Hey, there's a little house down here. Let's go see if we can go rest in it. Well, I'm resting now. See, they're not very bright. Oh, no. Oops. Oh, I murdered that guy by punching him in the nuts. That's not even right. Ran a spittle. All kinds of shit's work.
I'm a potato.
I'm a No, I didn't do what you guys just saw me do. I didn't do it. All right, who got me? Aries.
Twice in the first 10
Danger! Ah! Hey there. Nope. All right. That's a new mod that we're using. What happened? I didn't. What's going on? He's all spitting up blood in that particular angle. I'm not hurting you. What are you doing? Stop. Shh. You're weird, lady. Spitting up blood at me and stuff. That's grody. I'll carve you up like a turkey. Like a big one-eyed turkey. Even though he looks more like a one-eyed snake. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't say it. You didn't hear me say it. It is not immortalized in video. Wait a minute. I guess that's not true either.
I have more Instagram followers for my bird's Instagram than all of my follower counts combined on all of my social media.
Okay, Bobo outnumbers me on everything on either TikTok or Instagram.
That's not surprising, guys. People love the animals. Right?
Yeah.
And Bobo's an animal.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Bobo? Is that your dog?
That's his lady friend.
Sorry, buddy. Please don't. Where's my team? Don't tell me he yeeted him off the mountain. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. No. Ah. Stop rolling. Ah. Master Smith. He's just, wow, okay, right on my map. Thank you. See, wish everybody were as wonderful as you. You have a phantasmical day, sir. May the wind ever be on your back. May your dreams come true. May your sleep be restful. And may you never find poo in your shoe. Suddenly, my bandwidth was like jumping from 2,000 to 72,000, and it's you literally just sucked away all the bandwidth. Oh, did I miss it? Back again. Wait, where's the audio? Oh, there it is. Back again. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Good.
Thank you,
Everybody's
Karen,
back.
for the raid.
Yes, thank you so much for the raid, Karen. Karen Staccato, we love you. You figured about raid time, all good.
It's just because Kieran bought me the cup.
Quick save, Fate. Yes, you guys need a quick save, yep, before you go on this mission. Or on this meeting.
I mean,
Hold on. BT sneezed. Hold on.
She's looking for it.
Hold on. BT sneezed. Here you go. You can just wipe your face. There you go.
You're welcome.
All right. So now that we're back and we're here to continue, the group has figured out. Oh, so when you get back with your new pantsuit to meet Thyra in the group, and of course Merrik's cool new outfit, I want to hear what Merrik has to say, and then I also want to hear what Thyra looks like now, and what Merrik.
Merrik, so I went with a dark charcoal gray button-up, black vest, similar black on the slacks, and then a green tie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Not like I've worn that to work before.
It's not like he doesn't have that exact heckin' outfit.
All right.
Did Shae? What color did Shae settle on for her pantsuit?
Whatever color they put me in the first place, which is gray. But I mean, if we're back at the apartment, Shae would be telling Miss Thyra all about her adventure and how they put Shae in a kimono, and Shae walked out saying, "Kimono, no." It's not very practical, Miss Thyra. I couldn't even move around in it. It was very restricting.
When you guys do get home, Thyra is now in a sky blue pantsuit. So with a jacket and slacks that match that are like this bright sky blue, with a brown belt, so it's like a more high-waisted, with a medium brown belt and shoe that matches, but it's like a masculine male shoe.
Like boot shoe.
And it's a white button-up. It's like form-fitting.
Shay's probably
So you
wearing all
can tell
gray.
she has tits for the first...
Shay's probably wearing all gray.
Yeah, now Shay's, though, you do have some contrast because your suit is charcoal gray, and of course your skin is light gray. And the silk shirt she put you in was a black shirt. That's kind of a shiny, kind of does that lilt, you know, where it kind of folds a little bit right at the front. So droops down just
Or
a
watching
tad.
Shae on
but-
black and white TV. Different shades of grey.
About 50 of them.
So that's what you guys see when you guys get home, and then you tell me about the kimono. Huh?
I was saying to Fate that took a second for it to click in my head.
Would you have taken pictures of her in the kimono to share with Thyra? so you share the pictures of Shae in the kimono. What does Thyra think?
Does look atrocious.
You would have taken pictures and video of Shae trying to do some of her fighting moves in the kimono, going, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yep. And then, while you're in the changing, Merrik is doing everything he can to keep Milo in that harness. So he doesn't just. But yeah, anyway. That's all I got.
And Sindri's just in his nice robe.
Yeah.
That's a good point. If you're wearing your pantsuit, Milo can't be in the harness.
Yeah, Shae wears the harness over her pantsuit.
Yeah,
But
Raven's Edge
underneath
is
the
going to be
jacket-
clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven's Edge is still going to be clipped to Thyra's hip, visible. It is what it is. And she definitely has her armor on underneath the disguise.
Shae does say that, Miss Thyra, that's a really nice color on you.
Thank you.
So before you go, Raven's Edge, I recommend perhaps that for this instance, milady, wear me on your back and use the cloak to cloak me as well in the outfit. I would not like to get the attention of a dragon who might want to acquire me. While he would not be able to bond with me and take me from you permanently, I wouldn't want him to try make an attempt, because I know you and your team would fight him to the death. So I feel like that would be the best thing, if you don't mind.
I do mind, but I will do as you ask.
Thank you, my lady.
Well said. The only thing that you hear from Sindri is he'll go into the bathroom and he's already dressed, but he's going to attempt to be doing something with his hair. You'll hear lots of swearing and cursing before he walks out grumpy. What fucking work will it?
Need some help with that, mate?
I just tried to do something different with the hair, but it's this.
I mean,
Oh shit, it's this.
It's all like,
Nope, it's just like full electric shock Mohican.
I mean,
Couldn't do anything with it. It wouldn't fucking move.
it's
I'm not wasting a spell.
I was just gonna say we probably have to use like a web spell to keep that shit down. You'll be fine.
I just wanted to try something different.
Yeah. I mean, we can give it a little simp off the top if you want.
No.
Okay then. Y'all ready?
I do recommend that we leave and arrive early as a show of respect for his time.
So, add a character. Sorry to correct you, but they had indicated that they were going to send a limo to have you picked up at the proper time. So all you guys got to do is you would provide the location where you want to be picked up,
Well,
and because you guys do sort of keep. They kind of know that you live in the quote unquote underground. Of course not literally, but that you, and that Grimbane is your sponsor, so they kind of know that you basically right now you're pretty confident that you've been able to, through Grimbane's help, using a PO box as your address when you registered for your licenses. They don't actually know your actual address. So as far as being picked up, you would probably want to just have them pick you up somewhere in the vicinity of the block of Molden's Pit.
Like 2 streets down from Molden's Pit on the corner.
Sure, exactly. So you guys walk down and are waiting on that street corner at 1:45 or 1:50 p.m. Oh yeah, what's up, Sindri?
While we're waiting on the street corner, Sindri goes, "Oh look, it's a horn without the D."
I would like to add that Shae has tried to convince Milo to wear a little bow tie. I mean, it's not like tied around his neck, but it's just kind of like loosely hanging off. So he
Alright,
looks presentable.
I'm gonna roll percentile dice to see if he goes for this or not.
He says
try and
please
give-
like multiple times.
Actually, all right.
Try
Tell
and
you what,
give Shae that thing. Could she use animal handling?
I got a better idea. Yeah, I'm gonna have
Trying to
her.
help you out
No,
there.
she's got a animal handling isn't gonna cut it. She's gonna have to roll me a persuasion check. And I want you to, you as a player, role play a convincing argument. He's looking up. He's enjoying you petting him because of course you're trying to love on him to butter him up. He's enjoying you petting him as you tell him what.
Now, Milo, we're going to meet somebody super important. So if Shae has to dress like this, you have to at least wear something nice too. Okay?
He goes, huh?
She holds up the bow tie.
He sniffs it. He
It's
looks up at
purple.
you. Yeah, so purple on purple, like a shiny purple bow tie. Roll me
Correct.
a persuasion check.
Oh my god. Please.
I rolled a 19
Let's go!
plus 2, so that's 21.
Okay.
The DC was 20, wasn't it?
Well, it's not a DC. It's a roll off when you're trying to persuade someone.
Yeah.
So, and you got a 22,
Yeah, 21.
a 21.
Milo's charisma.
Milo's charisma is a 17, and I rolled a 17, which would give him a total of a 20. So you beat it by 1.
Let's go!
He's all like,
You said it's loose fitting on him?
Yes.
Yeah, Echo immediately perches under his chin
That's
and like snuggles up.
you see Milo roll his eyes.
Shae goes, it's okay, Milo, I'm suffering with you.
Points at their Aunt Thyra is.
There's always Miss Thyra.
All right.
Just
all
be
right.
glad you weren't put into a kimono.
Sindri's comfortable as shit.
Technically, Thyra is too, because mine's just an illusion.
Merrik is fine because he's like, yeah, I dig it.
Well, that's-
Okay.
Merrik
All
does
right.
have his original robe over the top of all this, though, so it's kind of, it's still wizard.
Yeah. I love it.
All right,
So
we're
you
waiting to
guys-
get picked up by this limo.
Yep, you're picked up by the
The
limo. and-
horse.
Yep, you're taken to the that really awesome if you remember, I described the office building of the Thrudsu conglomerate that's in this city. This glass and steel building with that looks like more like a giant sculpture, right? And what's the matter? What's he doing?
I'm just blocking Druid.
Yeah. Don't know why she's
This is
laughing.
making you chuckle. All right.
Yep.
So, all right, you put your hand down. You guys are distracting me. All right. So you guys make your way, you make your way to the building after the limo drops you off. Of course, it's a really nice limo. I think you had ridden in one of theirs limos before, so same limo. Out of character, there is one other thing that I thought to mention. You, Shae, might want to ask the Dragon King, the Dragon CEO, and that's about Jensen Henson's demotion. So write that down on your thing.
Yeah. I forgot he got demoted because of us.
Wah, wah.
Womp womp. Sucks to suck.
So, you make your way into the building. Of course, you're escorted in by another one of those gentlemen in a shiny silver suit, because they're sort of what the Fruitsu conglomerate, the way they have sort of a uniform where everybody wears a silver suit who's an executive or and of course there's security guys there too, a couple of them. And they take you to the reception desk and check you in. But this time, they take you to a different room than before. This room is, they explain to you on the way, is their corporate private mass teleport system for when executives need to be, not mass, I said mass, but it's their, basically their high-level executive teleport network that they use for when VIPs, presidents, different high-level executives need to go from branch to branch or whatever. Of course, it requires a lot of magical resources, a lot of power and everything, but it's set up to be used, and they have a panel that can direct where it's going to go, and it's not as elaborate. It's not one of those big, giant, special metal platforms like you've seen before, because obviously you're not being ported into another world. You're just being teleported, and on this instance, you're taken into this room. There is a platform. It's a much smaller platform, and then on it is this round kind of Tron-looking glowing circle, and you just they ask you to step on board, and they explain to you you'll be transported directly to Mr. Marburg's executive meeting room. Don't be alarmed by the size, and you'll be, although Mr. Marburg will be meeting you in humanoid form, and some comfy couches and coffee table have been set up for this event.
I would like a couple of etiquette clarifications before we go, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course, she said. I was about to hand you this to take a look at, and she basically shows you a tablet and with a list of etiquette things. But what were your questions? And I'll tell you what's on there.
So basically, just like, do we allow him to sit first before we sit? Like royalty question,
So
like,
it explains that once you get to the location, go to where you see the coffee table set up, and please sit on the couch. There are 2 couches set up since there are 4 of you. Please sit in those and wait. He will be along within moments, and there will be a single chair for him to sit in on the other side of the table. Because this is an informal tea setting, you're not required to stand and bow unless you choose to. That's up to you. Just be as polite, and it goes over some other etiquette things that are very kind of Japanese in style, I should say, even though Japan isn't really a world, a country in this world, but it's very like Far Eastern kind of etiquettes. I think that covers it. Did that cover your questions?
Yeah.
Okay. You look so nervous.
Me?
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
No. Okay.
Anxious
All right.
to get going.
Say what?
Anxious to get going.
So, after a few seconds, they say good luck, and you find yourself transported into a room so large and so dark that you don't see the edges in all directions. The ceiling must be 300 feet high. So several stories. And there are these massive columns that are the only things that there are there's a kind of a dim glow of some lights on the columns, but they're high up, so they just sort of make them kind of barely stand out in the darkness as you look at this vast, massive room that seems to go on into the darkness, into the distance, well beyond your visual range, even her 120-foot range. Now she sees ahead, where you teleported to. Up ahead, there is several candelabra set up with magical light on them, and like 4 in a corner, and there's a couch, and or there's 2 couches. They're kind of set at a slight angle, and then a table, and then a single chair on the other side. And it's basically far enough away from you that it's... I want you to imagine that you walked into like a Costco, only it's taller and longer and bigger, and you can't see the walls, you can't see the end. It's just dark. These columns, there must be, you can see from the light of them that the way they fade off into the distance. You're not even sure, honestly. I said that the light is coming from the columns, but you can't tell what's lighting the columns. It seems like there's some light from somewhere that's giving a slight sheen to the edge of them in the front, but you're not sure where the light source is coming from. And it's ultra quiet. Yes.
Does this space give the feeling of like a physical location, or something kind of similar that we experienced with Abernathy, where like this is almost like a extra dimensional space?
It doesn't seem like an extra dimensional space. It just seems like a very large space.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I start walking towards the...
Yeah, we all start walking, I guess.
Everybody go and sit down on the couches.
How authoritative is the echo when we walk? Like, is it very... Like, does it...
Clap,
Yes.
clap,
So as you walk,
Yeah.
the floor is some sort of like shiny black marble, and so it just looks like a dark floor, like it's as black and dark as the everything around. And when you step on it, it definitely has that reverb effect of like a big walking on a big concert hall that doesn't have carpet. It just has this stone floor. What's got you cracking up over there?
It's so not relevant to this conversation.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We understand. Your ADHD brain pops shit in there every once in a while.
Yeah, I blame Storky. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So, you all have a seat on the couch. And you're only waiting like 30 seconds, but it seems like a long time in this vast, dark place. And you start to hear off in the distance ahead of you from where the array of columns kind of disappears into the darkness. And you do see a ceiling, an arched ceiling over each column, as some sort of an arch that seems to connect the columns, sort of. Again, it's a strange kind of light that's lighting them from somewhere mysterious. But you hear the same echo of steps of someone walking on the cold stone floor towards you all. Yeah. And very soon first Shae, she sees first because of her 120-foot dark vision. You see a medium tall, like probably 6 foot, not like super tall, like just right at tall height, right? The minimum tall height.
Here as height.
A 6 foot tall Japanese elf, basically. Imagine with like long elven ears, but Japanese features. He's got long silver hair and a long silvery kind of Fu Manchu beard, and he's got these incredibly bright green eyes that stand out in the darkness, almost as if there's a slight glow to them. And of course, once he gets into the 60-foot range, you all see this too. And he's wearing a green suede suit, a really simple, subdued green suede suit with the same dark green turtleneck sweater underneath. The only break in it, it's because it's a suede suit, it's got a sheen to it. And the only thing that's different, that stands out on him, is that breaks it, is in the lapel pocket, there's a shiny gold handkerchief. It's just kind of poking above it. And he steps forward and comes into the light completely, into the circle of light that's created by these candelabra. And he looks very regal and very stoic. Yes.
You'll see Thyra like go to stand up to do to be kind and honorable, and you'll actually see her nervous for the first time, because she'll turn and look at everybody else, just be like, are we getting up and bowing? And then she'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then she'll stand up and bow.
Does everybody else follow her suit or not?
Yeah, as soon as he's stepping into the light, as I see Thyra kind of start to stand up, Merrik stands up.
Sindri?
I think Sindri would have done it just off previous meetings and stuff like that anyway.
Sure.
So he wouldn't have paid attention to Thyra doing it just.
Right, gotcha.
At the appropriate moment,
you just ended up being in the same timing as her, because she, And Shae, would you kind of awkwardly replicate what they're doing?
Yes.
All right. Even Milo is like after you sit down, he's all like bowing his little head, his little bow tie. As you all do this, he says, "Well, it's quite honorable of you to greet me with such etiquette. It is unusual to see realm runners with that level of etiquette."
We like to do our homework.
My father raised me right.
It was not necessary, but it was appreciated. First, since you have done me this honor, and because on behalf of my corporation, who dishonored you, I too, he bends over and bows. This is my personal apology for the mistake that some of my executives made in the way we handled your situation with the Deathstalker. I hope that we can resume a more equitable and compatible friendship going forward.
Understand tensions were high.
Let's just say that some choices were made that could have been different, but staff has been rearranged for the best.
Understood.
Now, since you are here to greet me and sit tea with me, I thank you for letting me save face for my company. Please enjoy the refreshments that have been brought here for you, and I shall sit and do the same. And he sits down, and he actually pours the tea for each one of you. Like there's 4 cups set out for you, and there's a little, there's 2 little saucers. And he puts a little bit of cream in them, a little milk in them for Milo and for Echo. I think an owl would do. No, an owl. What would a bird?
Birds can't
So just
actually
water.
process dairy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not what he did then. That was my knowledge, not knowing. Okay, so then he would have a little saucer of water and a saucer of milk for them, if they wanted it, sitting there. And there are these biscuits. They're like cookies, but they're very upscale, and if you try them, you find that they're delicious.
I turn to Echo and just look at him and go, "Pace yourself."
Echo goes, like, who, me?
Shae
We
just
do have-
whispers to Milo and says, "Please behave. Please."
Milo looks at you like, "Huh? Like, who are you talking to?" Milo.
Since we are here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, do you let Milo down to go? By the way, those were all set to the left and right of the table on the floor. So I would think. No, I guess he's a cat and he's a bird, so they could get on the table, and it's a long enough
He's
table.
a Lee.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it would be on the ends, so it wouldn't be in you guys' way.
Not that we're not all used to it by now.
The cookies are these they're these kind of biscuits but they have a delicious dark chocolate inside of them with a raspberry ribbon and a little bit of powdered sugar on top. Really like holy shit. These are super good.
I'm just laughing at the look Fate just got like, are we gonna get some?
Because he saw the look on my face, and I was just like, oh, that's also good.
You're welcome.
They do
Sorry,
sound really
Fate.
Yeah. It's all right. It's not like I want them anyway.
Mr. Marburg,
Yes.
we do have quite...
Perhaps we should do introductions. I'm sorry, I need to be careful with my accent. I don't want to go too Romanian Russian here. Yes, perhaps we should do proper introductions. I am Marburg. Everyone calls me Mr. Marburg, the CEO of this Omega Corp. The Furutsu conglomerate is the fruit of great labor, and we are quite competitive with the other dragon kitten. And you all are quite impressive realm runners. I believe you are Sindri. Is that correct? And he points at you. Actually, add a character. Sindri, do you have a last name or a title that I have forgotten my player?
I do, but I forgot. I think I do.
Is it on your character sheet?
It should be. Nope, I think it's just Sindri. It's because I had the nickname on there as well. That's what I was thinking of.
What was the nickname?
Cinder.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Sindri the Cinder, yeah. Sindri. Thyra. Sorry, I don't have my stuff with me. What was her last name again? Something
Tyr's daughter?
Say again?
Tyr's daughter.
Tyr's daughter.
Tyr's daughter.
Tyr's daughter, yeah. Thyra, Tyr's daughter?
Correct.
Okay. Merrik. Help me out again, Fate. Sorry.
Holloway.
Holloway. Okay. Holloway. Merrik Holloway. And Shae. And I believe this is Milo and Echo. Yes?
Yes,
I
correct.
understand that for some, they think animals are pets. But for realm runners, I mean, obviously there are people in the world who pets are more than pets, they're family. But for realm runners, they are something special as well. They are companions. It's good that you have companions. And it's good that you all have each other. Kind of looks at you all a little bit funny for a second there after you guys are eating and stuff and drinking and listening to him. He has this strange look on his face, but he seems to wave it off. Now, obviously, I came here. I called you. Obviously, I called you here to properly thank you and offer our apologies for the mistakes that were made. And I know that you might have concerns that my intent is to sorry, brain stopped for a moment, like literally was like, oh. That my intent is to recruit you to become under the umbrella of my Omega Corp. He kind of has that weird look on his face again, and you audibly hear him sniff for a second, and then he says, "But you can allay your fears and rest assured that I let my team of experts make their choices to do such things. Any of my recruiting agencies that come after you, I hope you will consider them. But I would not stoop to asking for something like that in this position. Now, obviously, if you were to ask me, my company would love to have you on, because you all have grown very strong and very powerful in a short time, accomplished much in a very short time compared to other realm runners. So we would consider you valuable assets. But that is not my intent today. My intent today was simply to get to know these prodigy realm runners that have caught the attention of very powerful people like myself, and to see what you're all about, as well as, of course, to offer my apologies for the mistakes that were made by my corporation, and to let us casually relax and enjoy our company and ask questions. I do not get to converse with realm runners very often. Usually, in the rare instances I do, it's very high level missions, and I'm conversing with the alpha teams, but that doesn't happen very often. Again, I have people who do those things for me.
Absolutely, we do have quite a few questions.
I would be surprised if you didn't, and disappointed. First off, let me ask you, how are things going for your team? You all came together in an unusual way, according to my background research, and you all come from far places. So, what you all think of the calling of being a realm runner for now? How goes it for you?
To be honest, quite shocking, really. Doing pretty well. I mean, honestly, I think the most terrifying thing we had to deal with was the Deathstalker, which, not to downplay, but yeah, we are uniquely effective. I think our time together has made us quite effective, and sometimes unconventional tactics work better than what you would imagine. I think that's where our strength lies.
Yes, on the topic of the Deathstalker, that was another one of the reasons why I wanted to have you here today. And
We have quite a few questions about him, so excited to broach the topic.
well, I hope that I can be of use to you on that subject, and I hope the reverse is true as well, considering that very few have ever encountered him, and still fewer have encountered him and survived.
Have you seen what he looks like?
I have not personally. I have seen the reports, of course, because he has been a strange kind of thorn for us for a few years now. Actually, about a decade. A thorn, but perhaps something else too. What were your impressions of this being? Obviously, from what I've heard, it was a terrifying experience.
Well, first up, Sindri, would you kindly do the honors? Show him what he looks like.
With pleasure. And with that, I'll tap my staff on the floor and just prestidigitation an image of the Deathstalker just above my staff.
Indeed. He looks the way I expected him to from the reports. but perhaps even more intimidating.
The most confusing element is that after our debrief, when they reviewed the footage from the Oracle, at about 200 feet, we essentially ran into some anti-magic field that disrupted the Oracle on a Barbary world.
Yes, on that note, it was honestly your experience that helped us solidify that theory because of previous encounters. Again, very few have ever returned having lived through an encounter with him. And so for all of you to come back with that kind of evidence was very useful, because we had the hypothesis that he generated some type of anti-magic field. And you confirmed it. So, thank you.
And if you don't mind on that topic, I've been trying to do some research, and I haven't come up with a whole lot, but is there some tech or magic that generates anti-magic fields that you guys produce? I haven't heard of such. I know that it can be a high-level arcane element. However, for that kind of range, that is, I don't know if that's artificial or not.
Well, to be honest, unless my corporate intelligence is ineffective, as far as I know, none of the primary 4 Dragon Omega Corps have developed such a technology. Which is why you probably found scant evidence of anything in your research, which out of character is the case. You had said that you were doing some research, and I forgot to tell you that you found very little. Like there were some theoretical papers on the topic, but and there were some legends that talk about something like that, but there was very little information on it. Yeah.
I will say I do apologize. I do sometimes go on some tangents, but in trying to combat an anti-magic field, out of curiosity, do you know if any of these metals, orichalcum, adamantite, mithril, cold steel, can they block the effects of an anti-magic field?
Unfortunately, there's not enough information at this time. You have in only recently confirmed what for us was simply a hypothesis. So there is much that my research and development department is working on, and to be honest, we've even shared our findings with the other Omega Corps, because it's better for us to be all on the same side when it comes to this disruptive thing, especially if this potential technology could be mass-produced, because it would be the nightmare scenario for Progentica.
Out of character, having that type of technology would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Not that the Deathstalkers. Okay, I just making sure that I understand what you were saying.
If you want to, in character, ask him to elaborate. That would be fine too.
No, I feel like that was appropriate. I got momentarily distracted, so I just need clarification on what you're saying. We're good.
I do believe that Sindri also had a couple of follow-up questions about the Deathstalker.
Yes, one of the main things I wanted to ask about was, in your research and whatever access you've had to I assume you've got intelligence on what the other companies have managed to dig up on him as well. I suppose the better question would be to ask, could we see your findings on the Deathstalker to grow our own knowledge of him? The stuff that isn't obviously rumours on the what we're calling the internet here.
Horrible.
Oh, on the we should just call it the Ethernet.
Okay, that works for me. The Ethernet,
Yeah.
that actually is pretty cool.
Yeah, with just common findings that you'd see on the Ethernet. If you don't, of course, I obviously understand that some stuff you may wish to keep to yourself, but would you be willing to share at least some of that information?
Well, there's scant little evidence. Before you all before let me back up a second. Before a few years ago, there was scant little evidence that he was anything more than a boogeyman legend. But over the last few years, he's become a bit more active. And so we all the Dragon CEOs had a rare meeting amongst us where we discussed this exact topic. Obviously, there are things that we can't share about the meeting, but as far as the information on the Deathstalker, I'm afraid you have more information than even my best intelligence has gathered previously, or our best intelligence has gathered previously. However, there is a new theory that has been put forth. Not really a theory, just some strange questions regarding it. Hold that thought. I need to find it.
Big question: has my camera been this grey all night?
Yeah.
Since I've come back from break, it looks like I've gone like 10 shades whiter.
Yeah.
Need to tweak that then for later. Because I'm definitely not that pale. I know I don't go out much, but Jesus.
I mean, it's gonna probably be a
shit on me
combination.
right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a combination of your camera settings and the color of your light.
It'll be the issue because nothing's permanent. Everything's wheeled into place and moved around constantly. So
Yeah.
I like being a little bit closer or further away is going to make the difference.
He says, so Martberg says, we obviously know that this person is devastatingly powerful, enough to slay entire Realm Runner teams by himself. His gear must be extraordinary artifact level. And until now, or now, because of you all, we know that he somehow generates an anti-magic field. However, based upon what I remember shared with me, the evidence has shown that the equipment he's using is not affected by his own anti-magic field. Which puts anyone up against him at a disadvantage immediately. We don't really know who, what, when, where, or even how of this thorn. But we may have a potential to discover a why. And I will share that with you after I answer your question, Merrik.
I actually have a above table question. When, help me remember, when the Deathstalker showed up, he actually walked out of a portal. He didn't just like appear like teleportation. He portaled in.
You didn't see that? He
No.
came actually out of a cave that was nearby.
Okay.
But when he left, it was like he poured it out.
I was under the impression he walked out of a portal as well.
Okay, so he poured it out the same way we get shifted to and from Progentica, or at least visually appears the same way. He didn't go through like a dimensional portal, like it opened up and walked through and then, right?
Yeah, for him it was, basically something similar.
Similar to how we get ported.
Similar, but a little bit different, yes.
Okay.
But
no, like, Doctor
There's
Strange
nothing-
portal.
thing
Right.
that he walks through that we see.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I will say that when he did leave, well, two things really. One, I don't know if this is indicative of his MO, but one of the things that may contribute to his particular effectiveness is preying upon a team that has already been in battle. Is an opportunistic, because we were pretty bloodied at the end of our tussle, and so were they, with an element of surprise and realm runners that are exhausted. That is far easier to handle when you're at peak condition. Not to say he's not a formidable foe, because I do believe so. However, I feel that taking the fight to him might have a different outcome on an evil playing field.
Indeed.
That is just a theory. For me, considering we've only seen this once, I don't know if that's indicative of before, but if I were to wipe out a team, I would take them at their weakest.
I will have what research we have on him sent to you, and you can make an analysis comparing to see if what you're suggesting is a commonality between the encounters that we have reported previously, because that is definitely a wonderful observation.
And likewise, though we did not see him arrive in the same manner, when he left, his departure was eerily similar to being pulled to and from Progentica and a Barbary world. A little bit different, almost either perhaps more archaic or more advanced, but along the same vein of his disappearance was... seems like he, hit a button and got pulled back.
Intriguing. Well, I'm afraid the only other information from an analysis put forth by our in-house detectives and others from multiple different Omega Corps. Of course, when this happened, this most recent event that you all were a part of, this was probably the single most devastating event of them so far. In the past, some of the realm runners that were assassinated by this man, this thing, were either lone or in pairs, or separated from their group. Which is why there were some survivors, but not necessarily witnesses. However, you all obviously were complete witnesses to the carnage of him taking out the entire team, weakened as they were. Still, they did have one of our most powerful realm runners working with them. Of course, a wise investigator looks at all avenues, not just the potential perpetrator, but the victims too. And some rather surprising things have been uncovered during our investigation of who we'll call the members of Team 1 when on your mission. Would you like me to share those details with you now?
Absolutely.
Before he's like, would you like me? Merrik is already grabbing his fucking book and quill. Zero shame.
So, it turns out that because of this event, this is a bit embarrassing, honestly, for myself and for the other Omega Corps, I'm sure. It's one of those situations where once you have a valuable asset, an employee of your company, and they've been doing great work for so long, you tend to trust them implicitly. They've earned that trust. And so you don't necessarily always dig into what they're doing. In fact, you actively want to give people that are valuable to you their privacy. But because they were all dead now, we needed to uncover how and why to unravel even the slightest bit of onion peel off of this complex thing. We dug much deeper into the comings and goings of the 4 members of Team 1. And we found some rather surprising, shocking even, details in their recent background, in their recent history. For example, it turns out that Livara Rockmaster, out of character, if you remember, that's the elven wizard earth summoner lady.
That was hitting on everybody, and Thyra was not pleased.
Right. It turns out that she was working for a subsidiary. As you know, all of them were not a normal team. They were all brought together as contractors for this mission. You all obviously are a contracted team. You're a group thing. But these folks were all brought in from different sources. Livara was working for a small subsidiary of Mython called Frintech. And it turns out Frintech had been covering up some dealings with where Livara was apparently dealing drugs to underage people at backstage at rage metal concerts and other places.
Surprisingly enough, that kind of doesn't shock me.
Bryant Steele, the Bard Rogue. It turns out that
Thyra just is like, ugh.
It turns out that
I hate to speak ill of the dead.
Yes, well, apparently some of his proclivities led us to find out that behind the scenes, primarily on the Barbary Worlds, but occasionally on Progentica, Bryant Steele was a serial rapist.
That was not a shock to me. We've denied him from a mission with us before.
I don't have reports of that. I'm going to have to tell my intelligence to work harder. Eldon Gordon, the most powerful member of the group. If you remember, he was a backup team member for a beta team, the Barbary Battle Masters of my own company. It turns out we had a leak that we'd been having trouble finding for some time. And it turns out that it was Eldon Gordon himself. He was secretly selling secrets between Omega Corps and compromised several secrets to inhabitants of the Barbary worlds, which is the biggest mistake that a Realm Runner can make. Finally, Lee Talon, the half-elf druid fighter, his was the most disturbing because we found that apparently Talon had the strange notion that if he used the livers of his enemies as a skin lotion, it would give him extra power. And he had been effectively a serial killer on the Barbary worlds, killing people and using their livers as this skin lotion. Out of character.
No, yeah, Merrik goes like sheet white. He's like,
because you guys remember when I told you that when that second time you met him that he smelled weird, and even Echo was like having nothing of him because he smelled so weird.
Shae's really confused. She doesn't know what any of that means. For all four of them. Shae's just like, I don't understand.
So he notices this. Shae, you look confused. Would you like me to elaborate?
Well, based on the reactions of my teammates, I would say no. I'm sure they will explain to me later, but thank you.
Very well.
Do you happen to have a trash?
Not handy, but
okay.
He motions off into the blackness to the right as if, and then suddenly this porcelain-looking woman in a kimono comes walking up, and
she points and goes,
yeah.
"No."
She comes into the light and bows, and he says, "Please bring a trash for my guests."
Yeah,
she turns
unless you want to. And Merrik reaches into his bag and pulls out the. I don't want to figure out what this is anymore.
Is it the weird bag that you took as a
liver storage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. That could be evidence. Perhaps I should have her take it and analyze it. I'm assuming from your reaction that was something that you got from Lee Talon.
Yes. After his passing, and when we went to pay our respects, I wanted to honor him, especially being someone who is quite fond of birds. And at the time, I felt real tore up that I could not find his companion. And I was curious to know what his little bag was, if it had some significance. Being a druid and all, they can have some interesting practices, but I didn't judge, and I am now. So I don't want this.
Well, then we will gladly take it and analyze it. He sniffs at the air again, like he's been doing, throughout the interview or throughout the chat. And he says, "It definitely smells rancid."
Is this what you've been smelling? I am so sorry.
No, because out of character, you had it in your bag of holding, I would think, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he wouldn't smell that.
Did
he has the lady take it?
I don't remember putting on.
You'll notice that Sindri looks really fucked off at this point.
He looks fucked off. What do you mean, like weirded out?
No, Sindri looks angry
Yeah.
because he left his stuff with Talon.
Oh, Sindri.
God!
Hands, ick. Sindri, please.
So the lady comes. He motions for the lady, and he says, "Oh, you took care of it. Good. Never mind."
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
a handy thing to be able to do,
Magic is a handy thing, just like
especially in the Barbary worlds.
the fact that your harness keeps Milo's form hidden, and your cloak keeps your current form hidden. Yes.
Correct.
Milo is quite the unique being. He strokes
Is
his
that what you-
long Fu Manchu beard like he suddenly has a realization.
Do you think that is what you've been smelling since we've sat here? I'm curious to know.
We can discuss that in a bit. But for now, please continue with your questions. And do you have any questions about these four people? And our realization, our revelation that they were not who they appeared to be.
So, sorry, Thyra. May I? Thanks. So, if they all had some type of secretive past, or underhanded dealings, the other victims, I would then imagine if you're bringing that to the table that they may also have done some nefarious things.
We are looking into that. Obviously, that was the first conclusion that we had to, of course, because those were farther in the past. There's less evidence available because time has passed. But I'm confident that between all of the Omega Corps, our intelligence agencies will be able to find out more and to see if there is a connection.
And I will say, I'd imagine if we do find that to be a connection, perhaps in the future we could use that to our advantage to lure somebody out of hiding. But that is for another day.
Indeed, and the question is, would you want to? You all are strong, but I don't think you're ready for that yet.
Yes.
By all means, no. However, despite Lee's past, I will say in the moments he was kind to us, it still does not shake the anger that I have for striking down what I viewed as a friend at the time, and that will never change. On principle alone.
I understand. And to be fair, he was the most difficult one to find this information on, since he limited his activities to the Barbary worlds themselves. He was very good at hiding it, even from our technology.
How would you hide that on the Barbary world?
That's something we can go into another time, perhaps. Or I will send you the details on the files, and you can analyze it yourself.
Most appropriate. I appreciate that. Here, I believe you also had a question.
You took the question right out of my mouth, Merrik, but I guess I can follow up with... I know that Sindri had a couple more questions on the Deathstalker as well.
One's more of a tedious link to the Deathstalker than anything. Is that not the only point you wanted, Jim? So, with some investigations, and I appreciate that you'll understand that I want to keep some of my sources quiet,
and to myself, there's a possible link between the first Realm Runner and the Deathstalker. And I was wondering if you had any files that aren't on the Ethernet on the first Realm Runner. Above table, I imagine what we've found is just usual stuff.
Yeah.
Mentions name, mentions what they did for the realm, and so on.
Yeah.
Well, I will make sure that I have I have those files looked at by my team, and any that I think would be useful to you, I will have
And
them
of course,
share.
anything that I find, because you've shared that, I will be happy to share with yourself.
That would be most appreciated. I'm sure that some of the files will be redacted in many ways, but
I imagine so.
in the spirit of cooperation to at the very least uncover the mystery of this being, we shall see what we can share with each other.
Before we move on from this topic, do you have any questions for us regarding the Deathstalker?
No, this conversation has been quite fruitful, just listening to you and paying attention to your reactions and your questions. It helps me to understand what you do and do not know, and what we do and do not know.
You're right.
And
You okay?
further analyses will be done.
No, it just things are starting to make a little bit more sense to me.
It has a question about the super meaner.
Super meaner?
The Deathstalker.
Ah,
It's a super meaner.
she has her own nickname for it, of course. Yes, Shae.
Has the super meaner ever appeared on Progentica?
Not to our knowledge.
Bloody good question, Shae.
And to follow up Jay's question, how many times before has the super meaner made his appearance?
Including
imagine
your
that we know
encounter.
of.
Yeah, including your encounter that we know of. 4 total incidents that have been verified as of now. The first was questionable of those 4. But before those 4, there were various stories and legends. Again, it was like an urban legend. Of course, we paid no attention to it until actual evidence came forth from the second incident that was investigated. Yes, Merrik.
I realize this may be a very silly question, but were any of these rumors or stories originating from before travel to the Barbary Worlds, or indicating as such, referencing something much older rather than something newer?
They don't pre-exist the emergence of realm runners on Progentica. Which would potentially verify Sindri's strange hypothesis of some sort of connection between this man and the first realm runner. To be honest, even if we have records that go that far back, there's no guarantee that who we have on record as the first realm runner actually was the first realm runner. Because not necessarily all realm runners would have been under the employ of anybody.
My history may be a bit fuzzy, but we traveled to the Barbary worlds first, correct? I can't remember, or did someone from the Barbary world connect to us?
Add a character, I'm not sure I understand your question.
When it comes to going back and forth between Barbary worlds,
I like
Oh,
this
what
question.
happened first? Did Progentica go to a Barbary world, or did a Barbary world come to Progentica?
So the dragon, or the dragon emperor, the dragon CEO, Mr. Markberg smiles at you and says, "An astute question. And there is a bit of secret history that it might be worthwhile to make you privy to answer that question. But let's get to that in a moment. Hold that thought. Jay, you had some other questions. I feel like you have other questions that you would like to get answered before we get deeper into this.
I'm just gonna pee.
Gosh.
I'll listen through the phone.
Okay.
She has plenty of questions, and I always look forward to them.
It's like you know me, Mr. M.
Hmm.
Can I call you Mr. M? Is that okay? Or may
If it-
I call you Mr. M?
If it makes you happy, that's fine.
Okay. But yes, she does have questions. But she is gonna start with a personal question, if that is okay.
Oh. You have a brave soul to ask a personal question of a dragon CEO, because no one ever does that with me. I am intrigued,
Excellent. I look forward to this.
as do
Please don't
I.
be mad.
So Shay has a very limited understanding of dragons, but she does know from her learnings in the past that dragons usually have a hoard of stuff that they likes to sit on. How come you don't have a hoard of stuff that you sit on?
What a wonderfully astute and interesting question. So, Shay, I know it's rude to answer a question with a question, but
Is it? Shay does it
mean-
all the time.
it can be, yes. But the answer to that is, what makes you think I don't sit on a hoard?
He starts looking around.
Where is it? Where is it?
This is just a meeting hall. This is not my den. And I have to admit, since you've asked this rather personal question, if you promise to keep it secret, I rather enjoy lying on my bed of gold.
No.
Of course, gold in Progentica is not a valuable commodity.
So it's still true. Thank you for confirming, Mr. M.
He winks at you in a friendly way.
So, I have to hide all the gold from Sindri.
So,
Why do you keep referencing me like this, Thyra? We're in front of new people.
Now, children,
Shay's next question is, what do you know about the King of Midnight, or maybe also known as the Dark God of Secrets?
Ooh, that old story. As far as I know, it's just even more ephemerate, even more ethereal, even more nonsense than the old urban legends of the Deathstalker. Obviously, the Deathstalker is proven to be real, but the King of Midnight, he's a myth.
So then,
he's a myth from the old days and the old religion here on Progentica. Back from the original religion when they believed in hang on a sec.
I'm going to mention something like above table.
Hang on a second. Back in the old days, in the ancient times of the world, before we were able to bring it into the modern age, they had a religion of the 7 archangels and the 4 dreaming demons, and the notion of the King of Midnight comes from that time. But as most religions, they fade into nothingness as new knowledge and new understanding comes forth.
And 4 demons?
Yeah, the 4 dreaming demons and the 7 archangels that oppose them.
Do you happen to know the names of those angels?
Now, what were you going to say? Use this above table or what?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when we were on Haunt Home, wasn't it stated that the King of Midnight runs that city?
Which city?
The undead city?
No, he doesn't run it. Remember, he was a consultant to the lady that you met, who was the queen of that city. Which was, help me out.
Miss Evelyn.
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of under the impression that he ran the city, but it's between her and him. So, okay. I was going to be like, what do you mean? Doesn't he run the city on Haunt Home? You don't know that? Get your researchers together.
So you're not going to say that, or you are going to say that?
No.
Okay. So now you either I'm going to let you guys, if you want to roll
insight. Yeah, absolutely.
Sense motive on this one.
Yeah, I would love to insight check that.
Anybody want to insight check it? Feel free.
Yeah.
You're not going to try StarKitty? You might roll with natural 20.
17.
22. Insight as a proficiency.
15.
What'd you get? 15,
I
17,
15.
22, and Merrik?
27.
Damn. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 17. I got a plus 10.
Nice.
I rolled a 17 as well.
Well, both
I rolled
of
a
you,
10.
both of you do get the insight that he's rather flippant and maybe hiding a bit. Maybe like the way he's talking about the King of Midnight and being flippant about it. It seems like, only the two of them sense that he's holding something back.
I give a glance at Sindri.
Sindri just subtly nods.
Do you happen to know the names of the 7 archangels?
It's an ancient religion that died long ago. Not something that I pay attention to anymore. Religions back when the olden days were a means of control for people in power, but we have new systems in place. So, you have more questions, Shae?
I do. Some of the questions I had were already answered, so I will skip those. So the boomsticks that we see here on Progentica, how come we can't bring those to the Barbary worlds?
That's a very good question. There are 2 very good answers for that. The first one is we can't be sharing potentially history-shaping technology with the barbar worlds because we want them to advance and evolve at their own pace. If we were to introduce advanced technology like that to them, it could create instability amongst different factions and forces and political affiliations in those worlds. And besides that, though, the magic items that are created here on Progentica, the ones that are actually produced for use in Progentica, have a different kind of magical frequency. So, what are you guys doing? You guys okay? So they, honestly, the boomsticks would not function. So they would in the Barbary worlds. So there's no point in taking them. But we don't want anyone getting hold of one and potentially figuring out how it works and re-engineering it, reverse engineering it.
Sindri awkwardly glances around the room.
Mr. M, have you ever been to any of the Barbary worlds?
Is that your final question before we move back to the other topic?
Jay has 2 more.
Ask me those other 2 and get to that last one last.
Okay. So the next question is it possible for a realm runner to get left behind on a Barbary world or choose to stay behind on a Barbary world?
Not as far as we know.
Shay's next question is, why was Mr. Hansen demoted?
Jensen Hansen was one of the few people in that incident who did well in saving face for us on your regard. Would you all not agree with that? He attempted to rectify the situation that was caused by the executives that ordered him to be put in and to do things in a certain way. Would you not agree that he at least tried to make up for the mistakes that were made?
All the way up until he asked Shae to go out on a date?
He did. Well, in the position that he's in now, there's no conflict of interest. So that's fine if that's something that you want to pursue. But to be honest, after I saw what happened, the executive that created the fiasco was actually Jensen Hansen's manager. And he tried to throw Jensen Hansen under the bus. He was summarily terminated. Jensen Hansen still needed to bear some brunt of the responsibility. However, apparently some of his other management team that knew of him knew that he was actually not satisfied in the position that he was in. So technically, what we did was a lateral move into a different department. He kept the same salary and benefits, and now he is a bit more free and open and doing something that he enjoys more. So technically it's not a demotion. And I intend that he's happier now, because he definitely seems more productive for the company.
I do quite hate to cut in on Shae's asking questions, but on this topic, I know that Sindri had a follow-up question. If not, I am able to ask it.
You ask because BT's completely stumped.
After what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Carry on,
Are you
though.
hear what? Go ahead. You have it written down.
It was along those lines. Well, not along those lines, but an offshoot from that would be obviously what's been put into place should similar actions happen on missions that obviously the parties in question or realm runners in question that come back from such a thing don't experience coming back to drawn boomsticks.
I understand. We actually have better protocols in place already than for that to have happened, which is why the offender was summarily terminated. They did not follow the proper protocols of my company. But
Data share.
we are doing extra training to make sure that those protocols are better understood.
You ever get an insight on what those protocols are?
I'm sure that I can have that data sent to you.
For the record, PT did see the connection between Jensen Hansen and that question. That's why I was like, wait, what?
I got you.
I just did see the connection. Or like, related to Jensen?
The incident.
By the way, did you end up, BT, did you end up asking your question that you wanted to earlier that was another one or whatever, the extra one?
It was one personal question, but I'm going to skip that. But there is another one that I've thought of whilst we were asking questions generally. Whilst we're off topic of Death Stalkers and such, though, kind of relates to myself. I was curious of, are there any other dragons of power that you know of that aren't the CEOs?
We do have some children that exist on Progentica, and some that stayed behind on the Barbary Worlds, which will answer one of the questions, but we'll get there, that he asked earlier. Now, Jay, you had a question that I had you hold off to the end.
Yes. That was question was, have you ever been to the Barbary Worlds?
Secret history. Some people already know it. They find it out for different reasons. But I suspect you all, out of character, what was the name of your team again?
The freelancers.
Yeah, you call yourselves the freelancers, which is obviously a subtle clue that you don't really want to be under corporate sponsorship.
Correct.
But your team has grown incredibly rapidly. And you ask some very interesting questions. And he stands up. If you all will indulge me for a moment, please don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. This will be a terrifying experience. He stands up, stands behind the chair, and then suddenly transforms into his normal self. And I'm going to show you. This is what I was wanting to show earlier. You don't drop it.
Oh shit!
That is him compared.
Cool.
Oh my god! Compared to you guys. And I even put your alternate forms and
Yeah, for scale reference.
for scale.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. That is
I can't even get it all on camera. Poor Shae just fell down.
dope. Oh shit.
He
Okay.
transforms.
That dragon's
And
fucking awesome.
all of you need to roll me a. Hang on a second.
If you're within 10 feet of me, if it's a saving throw, you get a +3.
Yeah. So yeah, you're all obviously within 10 feet of her, but
+4.
let me find it here. All of you need to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Joys of being a gnome is I get
my-
advantage.
Advantage for
It would be a
Any
+3.
saving throw that's charisma, wisdom. Let me look at
certain saving throws. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +3.
Hmm.
$19.
Okay, so Thyra's got a 19. Merrik,
Wait, hang on. Hey. 26.
what'd you roll?
15. My wisdom saving throw is +8 thanks to oh no. Actually, I'm gonna drop that by 2 because I'm technically not wearing the vest of protection that gives me the +2. So it was a 15 plus 6. So 21. Like that.
Sindri.
17.
Okay. Shae.
10.
Okay. So
With the
Thyra
+3?
and Merrik, you
I rolled a
feel
4.
the intense fear of this frightful presence. Do you remember in Isles in the Mist when I said that you guys, you met that higher level team, and you just felt this intense pressure, anime style, like holy shit, these guys would just wipe the floor with this kind of thing. You all feel that. But Sindri and Shae, by the way, Druid, you hit the number just barely, exactly. You all now, the other two are completely terrified, like, oh my god, scared, like with the actual fear effect in 5th Ed, which is like, I think you just have disadvantage and you can't move closer and all that kind of stuff. So, and he then kind of walks around all of you, and at this point, by the way, Milo, being protective of you, suddenly pops up into his regular form and is all like this. He's got his the way his back is up.
The hackles.
Yeah. And he's instantly turned into this form. He's not being threatening. He's just like being protective of Shae. And because he can't help it, he's so terrified too for her and sees her being terrified. Sindri, yes.
Just for dramatic sake, if Sindri was petrified, I know it blocks his actions and stuff, but could he panic response into the were-dragon?
Please?
Unfortunately, it's an action to cast that spell.
It's a reaction.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
reaction.
That's fine.
Okay, please.
I'm fine with that, yeah. So, Sindri also does the same thing. So both the two of them are now like staring off against this guy right here. And he kind of slowly circles you, and you can tell he's still got sort of a smile on his face. But as he circles you, he sniffs each one of you. And then he turns back into his regular form. And he said, and he's still standing there with his hands behind the chair, and he apologizes. He says, "I apologize for scaring you. Sometimes it's hard to turn that off when I turn it back, and when I turn into that form immediately." And he waves his hand and casts a spell that removes your fear. Both of you's fear instantly dissipates when he casts a spell. And he says to you, so the secret history of the Omega Core dragons of Progentica is something that perhaps you all might know better. Isn't that true? I recognize your sense. Shae, Sindri, Thyra, Merrik. You all aren't from Progentica, are you? You all are from the Barbary world. And Shae, you're from Huntholm specifically, are you not? I would recognize that scent anywhere. You see, me and the other dragons that came to Progentica came from your world long ago. Some of us migrated to the other Barbary worlds, a small few, but they didn't stay long. And there weren't many of us, but ultimately, the four of us, the most powerful of us, came here to Progentica and helped turn what Progentica was just as Barbary as the others. We turned it into a modern paradise, as it were, at least from a certain point of view, I suppose. But I believe some of us have children here on Progentica. Of course, they have limited access to society, and they typically, if they do go out in society, they stay in humanoid form. And I believe even one of the sons, a red dragon, has amassed some power on your world, Sindri.
We avoided that town.
I believe that the spirit of one of the elder dragons from the past somehow has a presence still on Balion, where you come from, Merrik. And Thyra, well, dragons don't like the cold. So
They do not.
there's not really any draconic presence there anymore.
But there are demonic.
Oh yes, that is a problem, and one of the reasons why we employ the Realm Runners, to make sure that never gets past that world, or I should say the Barbary worlds, because there has been evidence that the demonic presence has filtered into the other worlds a little bit, and we're doing our best to stop that. So, you all are probably wondering and worrying what I will do with this knowledge that you all are the first Realm Runners to come from the Barbary worlds. Fret not. I will gladly tell. I'm going to tell the other dragon CEOs. They must know of this. But you have no reason to worry. We knew that eventually it would probably happen. And let's just say we will be keeping a close eye on you. And it will be better for us that you remain the freelancers, because it's easier for us to know that one of the other dragons has not procured you and created a power imbalance.
So, I'm sorry, it's my turn to cut you off, Merrik. So, then
Sorry.
I'm assuming then it would be not wise for us to be a part of that famous group of realm runners.
You mean to become one of the alpha teams?
The ones that we could be public, whatever. We signed paperwork, you know what I'm talking about.
Ah, I understand what you mean. Yes, to be the upper echelon. Well, let's just say I'm quite confident that after I have a meeting with the other dragon CEOs to tell them about this unprecedented new development, this new evolutionary development of Barbary Worlds folks coming here. I'm sure you're not ready to discuss how or why you came here. And that is fine. I don't need to know that. But once I tell them, I'm sure that we will all have a consensus to reach out to the Realm Runner Association and make sure that as you continue to rank up, and I'm sure you will, then you will never really need the certificate to become public. I recommend, in fact, I would probably argue, and I'm sure that the other dragonkin would argue this too, that you all need to stay behind the shadows.
Excellent. I couldn't agree more.
I'm sorry if any of you wanted fame. Fame is not in your cards. We will fire you from being realm runners before that ever happens, because if it got out that people from the Barbary worlds could come here, it could change the balance of power that me and my kin have worked so hard to cultivate.
It's an interesting statement. I don't disagree with it. However, looking factual, we are not the first from the Barbary worlds to arrive here.
That is correct. You were the first people that you were the first humanoids that came here. Me and my dragonkin, we flew here through space. We came here physically. But you all have the realm runner capability to travel through the supernal firmament, to transport yourself to the worlds and back. But we dragonkin do not possess that ability.
I have a quick... Are you done?
Go ahead. The next thing might be Esty.
Oh, I was just going to ask, now that you know this about us, are you willing to share more about the King of Midnight?
As I explained, he is a myth, a phantom, a ghost story to tell children.
Which is interesting that the ghost story runs the dead city on your old homeworld. The fact you do not know that is either a gap in your research in your teams, or you choose to keep that from us, which I understand, but I find that interesting that if the King of Midnight runs the dead city. Now,
well,
I understand.
My intelligence indicates that someone posing as this mythical figure has been consulting the actual queen of that city. Whether he is this mythical figure or not seems debatable, since the legends of this being have been around since the ancient times. Even this story was told of this being around during the ancient religion times as a sort of opposing force. Or not really opposing force, more like just an opposing perspective. So how could it possibly be the same person? Unless they are a dragon, which is possible, I suppose, but no, it seems unlikely. We dragonkin, we know and can sense each other. We try and work together. Of course, there are exceptions, like the Dragon Emperor on Arathia. He's, yes. Hey.
He has a question.
Mhm.
How long ago did you leave Haunt Home?
That was 150 years ago. Add a character that seems older than you remember your own history. Which means that there's probably some gaps in your history that are inaccurate. Considering you lived in a cave for, most of your life. Yes.
27 years I lived in a cave.
Right, exactly. Yes.
I was trying to
Merrik.
see if I could tie it to that
Right.
event, but
So now that the
Oh,
That
add a
is
character.
out of
I'm
the
sorry to
bag.
interrupt you. No, what he said, he explains that the secret history is that when, I guess, I didn't say this, I should roleplay it, but he elaborates that the secret history is we left the world of Haunt Home because of the ethereal sickness that had infected that world. Dragonkin that would have stayed would have probably succumbed to it and become undead. And it was basically a lethal place at that time. We had no choice but to abandon it. And most of the dragons, like all of the dragons that now run the Omega Corps, came from Haunt Home. All of the dragons, as far as he knows, came from Haunt Home and migrated to the other planets. They all pretty much, like I said, most of them, well, the main power ones, these 4, settled on Progentica with a few others, he explains. And there were a few outliers that went to a couple of outliers that went to the other worlds. So, yeah, Merrik, sorry.
So, out of curiosity, was Progentica always shielded from the other Barbara worlds, or was that you and your kin that did that?
That is a unique natural phenomenon of the planet. It's something that me and my kin have studied, and we've had our research scientists studying it for decades, and have still not been able to figure it out.
So,
Can I insight that?
Sure, roll it.
I was about to be like, Sindri is about to ask about the dragon in the center of the planet. Oh my god, it's happening.
I thought he was going to too, but no, he's just inciting it.
Yeah, that's not going to get there.
Well, I will say this, he seems like he's being sincere at this point. Like, he seems very genuine in what he said. Yeah, go ahead, Merrik.
So, if that is a naturally occurring phenomenon, you either came across Progentica in your fleeing from Haunt Home, and it came across your path? And if not, then how did you detect Progentica?
An excellent question. We, as dragons, we can obviously cast magic to protect us against the cold of space. We can hold our breath a very long time. And as powerful as we are, the immense pressures, all of the different factors that make space a deadly place, we can effectively ignore for long periods of time. As soon as the black rain that was corrupting the land in Hunt Home started to get it at its apex, at its worst, we dragons came together and realized that it was a lost cause and that it was too dangerous to stay there. So we started scouting amongst the stars for a new home. And lo and behold, we found other planets in this solar system that were habitable and inhabited by primitive peoples. But while we were doing our scouting, and only when we were flying to the outer reaches of the system, were we able to stumble upon Progentica, because you can only visibly see it when you get close enough. Add a character, I don't know if you guys have seen the last thumbnail, but it's literally all of the planets. It took me forever to get the AI. I kept saying 5 planets and it would add like 7. Like, that one actually did have more planets, but what I did was I cropped it in such a way that it works.
You said 4 of you left on home, or were there more of you that left?
We were there was a total of 8 of us left in existence, and
were any lost along the way?
Yes, one sadly was lost. Their power had been waning, and they were. It was a tragic end to a good friend.
If it's not, I'm just gonna ask it. In your traveling to and from, you said you protect yourself. How?
Well, some of the dragons, like
Wrapped in ice.
Here it is. Some of the dragons, like for example,
Get some cracking poses of me.
like
Picture.
The Great Worm CEO Ibozalak. He, being a white dragon, was immune to the cold of space. Of course, because of the density of our bodies. The experience in being out of gravity was not. With our wings and magic that we can use to propel ourselves. And magic, I, for example, had to constantly cast spells that reduce my vulnerability to the cold, whereas the white dragon didn't have to worry about that. But the bottom line is we used our magics and our flight and our abilities, and it was not a short trip. It took a year of flying, at least. Actually, no, I'm gonna retcon that. It took a few years of flying to explore the solar system. And sometime, like I said, some of us settled on the other worlds. But eventually when we found Progentica, we decided, there's something special about this world. And the uniqueness of the magical ether on this planet appealed to us. And the nature of the humanoid creatures that were inhabited, they worked, despite them being back in the Middle Ages, they were working pretty well together. And so there was not a lot of overt racism, which was a strange and unusual thing to see, which is different than some of the other worlds. So Progentica felt like the gem that we wanted to build up over time. And we made it our home.
And your friend that was lost,
Hmm.
What was his name? If you don't mind, if you're willing to share.
He was, a purple dragon named Zalitha Railstorm.
A Litha Railstorm?
Zalitho Railstorm. Starts with an X, not a Z. It's going to be super hard to spell.
What this is the above table. What was the color of the dragon in the ice? This is what I'm getting at.
No.
No, I know what you're
I
getting
actually
at.
went and looked.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're. Yeah.
I will say that I'm gonna reread it to you. How's
Okay.
that?
That would be fantastic.
If I can remember where I put it. No, that's that one. Okay. Yeah, I'll just read this to you. This is what you guys had experienced, all the same thing all over again. I know this was months ago, or like a year ago. As your consciousness fades, you soon begin to dream the most vivid dream you have ever experienced. Just at the edge of your vision, deep in the outer reaches of blackness, you see a strange pale glow. It appears to come from a massive chunk of translucent ice floating in a deep black abyss. As you float through empty, dark space closer toward this ice, you realize you are but a tiny ant in size compared to it. You begin to hear a terrifying, loud, deep, thumping sound slowly emanating from within it, like a massive heartbeat reverberating throughout your being. You begin to feel sheer terror as you approach it, with no control of your trajectory. At the peak of your fear, you finally move close enough to witness a titanic, dark, misshapen thing, trapped and slumbering in the ancient primordial ice. The dream feels like it heralds the end of the world if this draconian monster were to be freed from its ancient frozen prison. You feel your body jolt with the shock of the nightmare, and you open your eyes, but your vision makes you briefly doubt your sanity. And I can keep going, but that's basically the gist of what you were asking.
We just noticed it was dark, misshapen.
Yeah.
I say, I want to make it clear. I said draconian. I said, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at Thyra. And I'm just gonna mentally reach out to Raven's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, bud.
Yes, Lord Merrik.
Can you quickly connect me to everybody?
Done.
Fantastic. I'm gonna ask him about the dragon in the ice. You have 3 seconds to stop me. 1.
Go for it.
So, here's the deal. The reason why I ask is, since we've come from the Barbary worlds and we are not entirely at all what we seem. To be fair, I don't even realize what we are by comparison. But, a large, giant, misshapen, draconic form trapped in ice, slumbering in the supernal firmament. We have all seen it.
We all saw it.
What?
And heard it. The heartbeat.
The feeling of impending doom. It reeks of it.
He looks visibly shocked.
Sindri, I don't know if you can show.
I've recreated
So-
it before, so
Yeah, so, when did you do it before? You only did it before when Abenaki pulled it out of you with his machine.
I created the image to Abenaki when I first mentioned it to him.
You did? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's how I described it to him, because
Right.
Sindri thought it was a dream. He pulled it out that way.
Right, of course. And it's going to be as potentially... Imagine you trying to sculpt or draw something from a
Oh, it'd
dream.
be more interpreted into his idea of what that dream was now.
Right.
Mhm.
And so you show this thing to him, and do you add
So
anything
what I'll
to it?
create
Uh-huh.
would be basically like a diamond of ice
Mm-hmm.
with just this silhouette of a dragon in the middle. That's what he's remembering it being, even though it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. He looks at this shared
Obviously,
dream.
it's some time since I saw this exactly, and I wasn't exactly sure that I saw it.
So you all witnessed this, or you dreamed it?
Well, we don't know the answer to that.
Correct.
So potentially a shared dream or a shared experience. And this occurred when
Correct.
you came through the supernal firmament to Progentica?
Correct.
I wonder if it's literal or symbolic. Could be both.
Exactly.
But
Well,
um,
I have to ask, now that we've kind of
please.
forced you to lay your cards on the table. And to be honest, I was not expecting this today. None of the reports from my intelligence agencies indicated it was simply dissent. I mean, Shae is
I'm
We
special.
not
like to
surprised.
think we're good at keeping a secret when we need to.
Yes. No, I understand. What I'm getting at is, this is an unprecedented event, and we do need to keep it secret, but I also feel like it might be worthwhile to have, if you're willing, to have some of my doctors and scientists do some investigating, some research on you. I can
No, thank
also
you.
see it wouldn't be appealing to have someone poking and prodding you.
You know, how about this? We will discuss it, and we will relay back to you. I feel like giving an answer now, and if is too much pressure for any one of us, you included. So, I will say we will think about it. As someone of academic senate and myself sees the value in that. But I agree. Thyra does not like to be poked and prodded with anything.
I don't like anybody springing those kind of questions on me, and I often get told my answers are considered rude.
So,
Well, you've been nothing but gracious and honorable today, Thyra.
I feel like it's important to just be blunt and be straight to the point.
I respect that.
I will
don't
say
get it
that
often
I'm
enough.
intrigued.
I would like to know more. How and why did you all come from the Barbary Worlds? If you all don't mind
That's
sharing.
a story.
Yeah. At least, how did you get here?
I look at everybody.
I feel
You
like
don't
it's
have
a
to give
story
me
for
all the
another day.
details. Just tell me, did you come through the supernal firmament? Did you find yourself teleporting through?
I look at everybody.
Last thing Shae remembers is, she was fighting something, she was injured, she stepped on this thing that glowed, and then she ended up with her friends. It had the same symbol as, what you guys used to teleport us.
The Ouroboros symbol.
Is that what it's called?
Sindri nods.
I look at everybody. You might as well tell them.
If we're still, will we still have the connection inside our heads, or will that have dropped?
Yeah, no,
by
it's
this point?
that the telepathic connection is still going on right now. So
Might as well tell him about Abernathy. At this point, he's going to find out.
I'm not so sure about that, but what we could do is skip the Abenaki part for now, until we get a sense of exactly whether this guy's on our side or not.
and then at that point, Raven's Edge pipes in and says, "Forgive me for interjecting, but I agree 100% with Sindri. Just because this dragon CEO seems benevolent doesn't mean he might not turn on a dime if he felt that there was some greater threat to his organization or his people. So I feel like it would be wise to keep Abenaki a secret for now, and maybe forever."
also-
He did ask you to keep it a secret because it could hurt your reputation if people knew that you associated with him at all.
Also, I hesitate because we're also supposed to keep my heritage and my lineage a secret. We can tell just the basics, but I don't want to be poked and prodded.
I am curious to ask him if he knows why a dragon would give me my power.
Valid.
Well, I will then tell him about our trip. So, we've all experienced something slightly different, but very similar in a lot of ways. We all have had experiences that ended with a artifact, obelisk, something of some nature, all bearing an Ouroboros, and these unique metals.
On the Barbary worlds, on the worlds that you're from,
Yes.
are you saying you found portal technology on your worlds?
Well, it appears as such. However, we were just hurtled through the supernal firmament. We had no set destination. So whether this is truly ancient teleportation, but it bears the same Ouroboros logo that you all use for your transportation. So the question is, what came first?
Well, that
That's why I asked.
technology, that original Realm Runner technology, the patent for that, and the creator and designer of that was Chairman Cromwell of the Black Anchor Financial Syndicate. One of the few, the only CEO that is not a dragon. He is an immortal human who existed here on Progentica before we came, who we have a loose alliance with.
Well, I would say, not with any nefarious intentions, but you may want to dig deeper into that. So whatever symbol he's using is far older than he realizes.
I mean, if he's immortal, he
You've
might
given
not
me-
be as older than he realizes.
That is fair. Not to mention, if that is the case, and that ancient technology is what brought us here, I would not be shocked if the stalker uses the same want. To remain off the grid from the rest of the Realm Runners.
Well, to be honest, as powerful as we dragon CEOs are, we all must be careful how we deal with Chairman Cromwell, because his organization is the core, the center of the financial industry throughout the entirety of Progentica. All of society is built upon the mathematical concepts that he put in place for a ever-evolving monetary system. And their team definitely develops advanced prototypes of both soft chant and hard chant. And their guild is the one that oversees the Realm Runners Association registration. Of course.
Seems like we have some research to do on our friend here. I am not making any particular claims, however, if he is the core of this type of tech, if anybody could make anti-magic technology that the Deathstalker would use, I'd imagine he would be the one to know.
Indeed.
Purely speculation, however. I am not pointing talents.
When you brought it up, I considered the same. But to be honest, I tend to push that out of my head, because if you ever wanted to know what might actually make a dragon fearful, well, sometimes we get fearful too.
I had one more thing. I imagine our time is coming up. I know you have plenty of things to be doing.
Indeed.
But I have one request, if you would indulge.
I will do my best.
You want to tell the other CEOs of us, I want to be there.
I admire your bravery, and I admire why I suspect you would want to do such a thing. But I can say that with certainty that some of the other of my dragonkin, the other CEOs, do not operate quite the same way that I do, and do not hold honor and esteem as high as I do. I believe if you did that, it would be too great a risk to you.
So keeping where we live a secret is still quite smart for us to do.
I mean, to be fair, we use your technology. It's not like they can't figure out where Shae sensors on my packages. But I respect the lack of pride. Then, if I may amend my request, would love a transcript of what has transpired after the meeting. Unredacted.
That can be arranged. My stenographer is in the shadows.
And if it would be so kind, I would love to know at least roughly the time you're going to do it, so I either know when to run.
Well, on that note,
arms open wide.
I recommend that you speak to your mentor, Grimbane, if you don't mind me calling him that.
Not at all.
Tell him about your situation, at least some of it, and ask him to find you new lodgings, because I suspect in short order you will be found. He needs to take you deeper, somewhere more secret.
You trust Grimbane?
I wouldn't say that I trust Grimbane. I trust Grimbane to do what he thinks is best to protect the interests of Realm Runners.
My question is, if we are now at risk, then is it even smart to even continue to take railroad running quests?
Oh, I would highly recommend you continue to do that because, one, if you suddenly stopped, it would be suspicious. And two, I personally would love to see what you become.
As do I.
With assurances that we won't be kidnapped entering into anybody's...
Well, I can at least promise you that it won't happen from my organization.
You swear it?
I gladly make that oath to you, Miss Thyra.
Would you shake on it?
He goes. No, he doesn't really. I'm just kidding. He's like, shake what?
I extend my hand.
He extends his hand.
I shake his hand like... Are you unfamiliar with this custom?
It is unusual to me, yes. Something on Valion. Out of character, yes, it is something unique to Valion.
It is a show of good faith, in an agreeance indicating I am unarmed, open hands. It's a way of acknowledging a deal. It can also be used as a friendly greeting, but often when deals are struck, we will shake on it in good faith.
Indeed, I like this tradition. I might adopt it.
If I may give you a little tip in doing so, sometimes some other people might want to crush your hand. Often it is a sign of power and dominance. Please don't just shatter people's hands in doing so, but a nice firm handshake is always welcome. Just please be mindful. We are frail compared to you.
Indeed. With that, I'm afraid that I have important meetings to attend to now, and you all have some things to think about and to discuss. So,
That we do.
I will let you all go for this afternoon, and my advice is to move quickly on what we talked about, and I will give you 24 hours before I have a conversation with the other dragon CEOs.
It's just getting settled into the apartment.
Oh no. But, we can always buy for your own room to play your games, so you're not putting holes in the living room. Either way, we won't bore you with this. Barbug, appreciate your hospitality.
Indeed. He walks away, disappears into the darkness. And then you're like, wait a minute. You're just left here. And then some, short order, the little Japanese lady in the kimono, she comes over and she bows and she motions for you to follow her backward, kind of where you came from. And
we start to walk that way. Merrik takes like 2 steps, stops, turns around, grabs one of the fucking cookies. Like, I'm fucking getting everything I can out of this one.
Yep.
I didn't talk about how many of those cookies and how much coffee I drank, but you bet your sweet bippy most of them are gone.
You're at 2 sips to be polite.
Hey.
Gotcha. Did she try a cookie at least?
No.
Hmm? You want one, but Thyra didn't.
No, because it's just the very focused on the conversation.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get it. I'm just saying, Druid wants one of those. I want one of those now.
My tummy has the rumblies. It's only cookies that are filled with dark chocolate and a raspberry little and topped with powdered sugar can satisfy.
Hey, if you end
That's
up
a bummer.
finding
I guess
that,
you're not gonna be happy with burritos then. I guess I'll just return it. Oh, now whatever.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
I hate
Alright.
that it's 2:00 in the morning and I can't get takeaway at this point. Just-
it's 2 a.m. for you? I forgot how late it is. Jesus.
Well, it's 10 to 2.
Man. Okay. Well,
I know, and we did
Alright.
go a little later.
Hey, don't bother me.
you guys are amazing. So with that, let's find someone to raid out to. And you guys got lots to chew on and think about.
So does Mr. Marburg.
That's true.
Yeah. I think he arguably has more homework than we do.
Not wrong.
What?
Man,
I'm
we
still
got
curious what he thought when he saw Sindri turn into
I
a
think I
dragon.
rated Tilty recently. We got Vestium, Tark, Alice, Epsions, Havoc. Jesus. We haven't rated
You know what,
Havoc
we
in a
should
long
just-
time. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say we fuck it, just raid Tark, but I'm also down to raid Havoc because Havoc is doing Dungeons and Dragons too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
was
do
about
Havoc.
to ask if he's doing D&D, Havoc.
All right. Whoops.
He
That's
just
streaming
rolled his
together. That's
eyes
the wrong
at his
thing.
players. I just see him roll his eyes. There's a pun counter? Oh no.
All
That's
righty.
probably pretty punny.
Guys, thank you once again. Everybody put your feet and hands inside the raid plane and don't fall out. You're not wearing
Please?
your seat belts. Better wear your seat belts because you don't have parachutes. See y'all later. Raiding out. Oh, I got to start the raid. I keep saying this. I need to click button, then speak.
Yeah.
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 All right. Big stormy hugs to you all. Thank you. Make
you
sure you go
guys.
support all of these amazing
Bye.
streamers. Love you all. Bye-bye. Good night.